There we go. Beautiful. Hello everybody, and welcome back to Ponyboy Plays Dragon Age Origins. This was going to be a streaming video, but then I thought, no, I like it being 1080p and not having the internet to deal with this game. So I'll find another game to stream. This one's going to be a YouTube exclusive Let's Play. Alright, so last episode, we went through his origins, and now we're here at Ostagar, as you can tell there. And I also did some slight changes. My webcam, or my face cam, is a little smaller, and I turned up the music on this video, because I found it to be a little dull. Not horrible, like you could hear everything, but I decided to just turn up a little bit. Let's talk to you.
Today, 2 units of men arrived every hour, and they expect to double that tomorrow. Still, the Tarn worries that may not be enough.
Who? Well, I'm sure we'll find all about this later. So there's going to be, instead of just rushing right through, I'm going to do some exploring. I don't think there's anything here. At least I don't think. Let's explore. Let's explore. Is there anything down this way? I'm not really sure if there is or isn't. Ooh. Huh. Like, who else would come here?
Make her watch over you, my lord.
What?
Make her watch over you, my lord.
Oh, make her watch over me. I don't believe in the Maker. I'm a dwarf. Okay. I don't see anything here. Alright, move on. Let's see. Oh god. Oh, okay. Now we head up this way. I was gonna say, I thought I was completely turned around. Oh, okay, I thought I lost my mouse for a second. Alright, and I don't think... Yeah, see, there's a guard there. There's a guard there. Alright, I think you just want me to go all the way over here. Oh, let's stop here for a sec, though. Let's actually take a look. Oh, look at... God. Lot of detail going into this game. Like, really, like, how many people would actually stop and take a look at that? Let's go in the middle of the bridge and take a look. I like looking around, so what? Alright, stop, take a look. Uh-huh. Who's that? Oh, look at that. Look at the birds! That's crazy. That's pretty cool. Okay, moving on. Moving on.
Hail, you must be the Grey Warden recruit that Duncan brought.
Indeed, I'll talk to you.
This place hasn't seen such bustle in centuries, I'll wager. Need a hand getting anywhere?
Tell me about Ostagar first.
Used to be a fortress a long time ago, so I understand. Back in the days when the Wilders used to invade the lowlands. You were just on the eastern side of the ruin. The Tower of Ishal is there, but Tern Logain's closed it off until the battle. This side is the King's camp. We've got the Grey Wardens here, the Circle of Magi, the Chantry. You can't swing a dead cat without hitting somebody important.
One of the questions should be, why would you ever swing a dead cat? The Circle of Mage? Well, yeah.
A few mages, yes. They even brought those creepy quiet fellows, the Tranquil. Gives me the shivers when they talk, all cold and even. They're to the north of here, bunched up with a herd of Templars glaring at them. Can't miss it.
Is there anywhere to get supplies?
Quartermaster, he's just a bit to the northwest.
And, yes, do I hear dogs barking?
This is Ferelden, isn't it? The king has his kennels on the west side of camp. Stinks from all the hounds. These aren't cute puppies, though. Some of those dogs bite the darkspawn and get too much of that blood in them. It's like poison. Slow, painful death. Terrible.
Where is the king?
Probably in his tent. He and Tern Logain are on the southwest side of the camp. The king likes to spend time with his soldiers, though. Sometimes even without his bodyguards. Drives town low-game wilder, does.
Well, I didn't like bodyguards either. But I want to ask you something else.
Go on, then.
Where is Duncan's tent?
Not far. It's straight ahead, just past the royal encampment. Most of your fellas are in the valley with the army, but the recruits seem to be staying up here for now.
And I'm looking for a Grey Warden named Alistar.
Try heading north. I think he was sent with a message to the mages.
I'll be on my way.
Good luck to you, then.
Now, let's see Codex. Representing the farthest point of encroachment by the ancient Deventer Imperium into the barbarian lands of the southeast, the forest of Ostagar was once the most important defensive holding south of the Waking Sea. It stood at the edge of the Kukari Wilds, watching for any signs of invasion by the barbarians known today as the Chastin Wilders. Straddling a narrow pass in the hills, the fortress needed to be bypassed to reach the fertile lowlands to the north, and provided to be exceedingly difficult for the Wilders to attack because of its naturally defensible position. Like most imperial holdings in the south, Ostagar was abandoned after Teventer's collapse during the First Blight. It was successfully sacked by the Chastin Wilders, and then, as the Chastin threat dwindled following the creation of the modern Ferelden nation, fell to ruin completely. It has remained unmanned for 4 centuries. Though most of the walls still stand, as does the tall tower of Ashal, named after the great Akron that ordered its construction. Ostagar remains a testament to the magical power of the Imperium that created it. And the Kukori Wilds. It is said that in the midst of the Black Age, when werewolves stalked the lands of Ferelden in numbers that kept every farm holder indoors and a hound on every doorstep, a powerful Arl of the Alamari people stood and declared that he would put an end to the threat. His Arling stood on the border of the dark forest on the southern border of the Ferelden Valley, and he claimed that the werewolves used the forest to launch their midnight assaults on humanity. For 20 years, this Arl led an army of warriors and hounds deep in the forest. In his hunt for the werewolves, he slew not every wolf he came upon, but also every member of the Chastin Wilder folk. Any one of them, he said, could harbor a demon inside, and thus be a werewolf in disguise. For 20 years, the forest rang with screams, and the rivers ran red. The tales say that an old Chastin woman found her sons all dead at the Arl's blades. She pulled one of those very blades from the son's heart and plunged it into her own chest, cursing the Arl's name as she did so. Where her blood touched the ground, a mist began to rise. It spread and spread until it was everywhere in the forest. The Arl's army became lost, and it is said that they died there. Others say they wander still. The ruins of his Arling stand to this day, filled with the ghosts of women waiting eternally for their husbands to return. The forest of the legend is, of course, the Kukori Wilds. There are as many legends about the great southern forest as there are shadows, or so the saying goes. The Chastin Wilder folk have made their home there since mankind first came to these lands, and the wildlands spread as far into the south as anyone has ventured. Beyond the mists are vast tracts of snow, white-caped mountains, and entire fields of ice. It is a land too cold for mankind to survive, yet the Chastin to eke out an existence even there. And they tell of horrors beyond the wilds, and the lowland folk could not begin to comprehend. To most, Ferelden simply ends with the Kukori Wilds. There is nothing beyond. The Wilds is a land of great trees, wet marshes, and dangerous monsters. What more needs to be said? From Land of Wilders by Mother Elise, Chantry Scholar, 918, Dragon. So, Okay, so, this is where I talk to a shit ton of people. So let's go. Let's talk.
I'm sorry. The mages must not be interrupted. Their spirits are in the Fade.
What are spirits? I don't understand. Yeah. The Fade?
The Fade is the realm of dreams and the land of the dead. Or so the mages tell us. Regardless, they are not to be disturbed. Not even by Grey Wardens.
I apologize. I'll go elsewhere. Maybe I'll... No. I'll turn that down. Maybe I will turn that down a hair? There. And? There we go. No, I don't know. Hang on. I think that's good. Yeah, I think that is pretty good. Yeah, I'll turn down the hair. There we go. I think that's okay. Yeah, because when I talk, my voice does overpower the volume. Okay, we're okay.
I'm sorry, but the mages must not be interrupted. Their spirits are in the Fade.
I apologize, I go elsewhere. Alright, I just wanted to take a look. What are they doing? Pretty creepy. Okay, let's go around this way. Who could this be? It's Wynn. Let's talk to her.
Greetings, young man. You are Duncan's newest recruit, are you not?
I
He's
am.
not a man easily impressed. You should be proud. Allow me to introduce myself. I am Wynn, one of the mages summoned by the king.
Pleased to meet you. Or, pleased to meet you. I am Tungdil. I've seen quite a few mages today. She introduce yourself? Will be nice. I am Tungdil.
Well met. And good luck to you on the battlefield. To us all, in fact.
Let's see. Will you be fighting beside the king? Or King Kalen thinks the battle will go well. It is not luck, but skill that will save us. Well, I am a brave warrior. Yeah, so I feel that Tungdil would say this, right? Because he's a brave warrior, he's noble, he was taught with the best, so it is not luck, but skill that will save us.
And I'm sure you have plenty of that to offer. To defeat the Darkspawn, we have to work together. It's not an idea everyone seems able to grasp.
You faced Darkspawn before?
Stragglers, yes. Not the vast horde the scouts speak of. I wonder, how much do you know of the connection between Darkspawn and the Fade?
Darkspawn and the Fade, See, this is diminishing. Not much, I am a dwarf after all. That diminishes, like, oh, I'm just a stupid dwarf. So I'm gonna say, what does the Fade have to do with anything?
Anytime your spirit leaves your earthly body, whether it's to dream or to die, it passes into the realm we call the Fade. It's home to many spirits, some benevolent, others far less so. At the heart of the Fade lies the Black City.
What's the Black City?
Some say the Black City was once the seat of the Maker. But when the mages from the Tevinter Imperium found a way into the city, it was tainted with their sin. That taint transformed those men, turning them into twisted reflections of their own hearts. And the Maker cast them back to the Earth, where they became the first Darkspawn. At least that's what the Chant of Light says.
You humans and your chantry. Though Tungdil, see, this is where he becomes that revolutionary, kind of a change man, change the system kind of man. He still believes the dwarven belief, but in order to be an established politician, to make allies, or more importantly, not to make enemies, you have to respect some beliefs, and he's not gonna dismiss them right out. So, and is that true?
It may be allegory, meant to teach us that our own evil causes human suffering. Or it may be true. It is as good an explanation as any for now.
Don't you have any proper advice? That's ignorant. This is kind of agree to disagree. I'll just kill every Darkspawn I see. At least it's something to ponder. Let's see. I'll just kill every Darkspawn I see. Yes, because I want to avenge, so. I'll just kill every darkspawn I see.
A wise attitude. It's worked well for me in the past, but I'm certain Duncan has more for you to do than talk to me.
Yeah. Wynn. I will not lie motionless in a bed with coverlets up to my chin waiting for death to claim me. I think it's Wynn's. Wow, I forget how she said her own name. Anyway, Wynn's talent became apparent early on, particularly with her skill at healing magic. She was well liked by her mentors, and was recognized as an exceptionally gifted student. Even the Templars who watched her could not deny what she represented, or that she represented the best in the circle had to offer. She was an intelligent, young woman who possessed a quiet confidence and maturity beyond her years. She spent many years mentoring apprentices within the circle, and her peers thought so highly of her that she was asked to be first enchanter Irving's successor, but she refused, saying she had no desire to work in the upper epilons. When word reached the tower of King Kaelin's call to arms, Wynn volunteered to go to Ostagar. Logan Makatia. It takes more of a legend to win a battle. Logan was born a farmer during a time when his country was under foreign occupation. When he was still a boy, he joined the resistance, where his considerable tactical genius quickly became apparent. He became close friends with Prince Merrick, the last true heir to the Ferelden throne, and together they led the rebels to drive out the forces of the Orlesian Empire. Merrick raised his friend to the nobility, and Logan is now more than a symbol than a man. He represents the Ferelden ideals of hard work and independence. House Hormont is one of the most noble houses of Orzammar itself. Eldon's most trusted advisor. Harrowmount is well known for being an able administrator, the authority of many compromises, and the ever-warring assembly. King Edrin Aidukin. Oh shit, we didn't read this. Denial of the traditions of our people does not qualify as a political technicality. Edrin of House Hydukin traces his ancestry back to the Paragon Hydukin, the greatest warrior of Ozammar's history, who beat back the Darkspawn hordes in the first Blight. The second son of King Anskir Hydukin, he became heir after his elder brother died in approving. The most respected king of 4 generations, he restored contact with Kal Sharok, the only other remaining city in the once vast Dwarven Empire, which had been lost during the first Blight. Balin's my brother. Third of King... Oh, Balin Aidukin. Third of the King Edrin's children, Balin was always considered the last and least of his family. Trian was the undisputed heir apparent and from the moment of the birth, and Tungdil was not only the most accomplished, but also the father's clear favorite. Balin's most notable trait was his ability to stay out of trouble. He murdered Tyrion and framed Tungdil, eliminating both of his rivals in one stroke. Son of the legendary King Maddox Therion, Kaelin was the first Ferelden king born into a land free from the foreign rule in 2 generations. Since his father's death, he's held the throne along his queen, Anora. Okay, and the Fade is... The study of the Fade is as old as humankind. As so long as men have dreamed, we have walked its twisting paths, sometimes catching a glimpse of the city at its heart, always as close as our own thoughts, but impossibly separated from our world. The Deventer Imperium once spent vast fortunes of gold, delirium, and human slaves in an effort to map the terrain of the Fade, an ultimately futile endeavor. Although portions of it belong to powerful spirits, all of the Fade is in constant flux. The Imperium succeeded in finding the disparate and ever-shifting realms of a dozen demon lords, as well as cataloging a few hundred types of spirits, before they were forced to abandon the project. The relationship of dreamers to the Fade is complex. Even when entering the Fade through the use of lyrium, mortals are not able to control or affect it. The spirits who dwell there, however, can, and as the Chantry teaches us, the great flaw of the spirits is that they have neither imagination nor ambition. They create what they see through their sleeping visitors, building elaborate copies of our cities, people, and events which, like the reflections in a mirror, ultimately lack context or life of their own. Even the most powerful demons merely plagiarize the worst thoughts and fears of mortals, and build their realms with no other ambition than to taste life. Huh. Okay. What's happening here?
Go without blessing.
Hail
For
to
you shall
you.
not be forgotten. My
Well met.
friends, let us bow our heads
Quiet.
and
I'm
remember
trying to
those who
listen.
have fallen and those
How do you
who have
do?
yet to fall.
Can I talk to you? Can I talk to you? No. So they must obviously be being blessed, being praised. Okay. Let's talk to this guy. Who's this over here?
Well, you're not what I thought you'd be.
I'm gonna say, and what did you think I'd be?
Not a dwarf. Yet, here you are. The name's Davith. It's about bloody time you came along. I was beginning to think they cooked this ritual up just for our benefit.
And maybe they did. No. Isn't that a little paranoid? No, he saved, Duncan saved Tungdil, so he wouldn't think they were just being paranoid. Or, he's not paranoid, but he didn't think they would just do that just for him, so... what do you know about this ritual?
I happened to be sneaking around camp last night, see?
Oh yeah,
and
that's
I heard
not
a couple of Grey
suspicious.
Wardens talking. So, I listened in for a bit. I'm thinking they plan to send us into the wilds.
Maybe they will. We'll see. So what? That wouldn't frighten me. Aren't there barbarians in the forest? I already know what the wilds are, because Tungdil can read. Yeah, so what? That wouldn't frighten me.
Cannibals, beasts, witches, and now Darkspawn. What isn't to be scared of? It's all too secretive for me. Makes my nose twitch. I guess we'll have to wait and see. Like we have a choice.
They're forcing you to be here? I wouldn't be here if I did. Therefore, look, we have a choice. Well, it doesn't really matter if we have a choice or not. We're here. So, I'll watch your back if you watch mine.
I suppose I could do that. Anyway, I expect it's time to get back to Duncan. That's where I'll be if you need me for anything.
Okay, character. Hello, heavy
How do
infantry.
you do?
Ooh. I can't open it, but... Come on. Yeah! Give me your arrows, motherfucker. I'll be back for the quartermaster. Oh, interesting thing. I don't know if I've shown this yet. Let's check my inventory. No. Okay. Here's the thing. You see this magical goose? Check this out. This is a mod, by the way. I pet him. Right, and then we would go to the inventory, and now we have a golden egg. If we talk to this guy...
Have you seen an elf running about?
Oh.
Young woman, red hair, carrying a suit of chain.
I need some supplies, actually.
Well, let me know what you'd like.
We take this egg, we drag it over, and we just got $182. Gold, right? So, I can now buy a shit ton of health, which is what we're gonna do. It just makes the game go kind of by a whole lot quicker. I'll buy you. And why not? Don't think I need anything else. Is there any better weapons? 720. That's 20 strength. It's two-handed. I mean, I can use it, but that's not the weapon I want to use. That's pretty good, though. Alright, we don't need anything here just yet, I don't think. Oh, actually, let's, Tungdil. Do we have any level ups here? No, not yet. I will push you up. Don't you worry. You will be stronger. Okay. Until level 4, level 3. I don't think I have any points to spend. No, it doesn't look like it. Okay.
Hello again. Is there something you need? Some supplies, perhaps? Let me know what you'd like.
Alright. Well, if I see this girl, I will, let you know. Kennel Master. Okay. Well, let's see what's up here first. Let us see. Priest. Let's talk to her.
In the name of Andraste. Ah,
Oh.
I suspect you are one of the new Grey Wardens. Will you accept the Maker's blessing?
I will. As you can see, mine are dwarven kin. Let's just see what she says about that.
I do, though I cannot pass on the respects of your ancestors. The Maker looks kindly on all who will receive him.
Let us be polite. Very well. I will receive his blessing.
Then I bless you, Grey Warden, in the name of Andraste and the Maker above. May the chant of light carry your name to the ears of our Lord.
Today, 2 units of men arrived every hour, and they expect to double that tomorrow. Still, the Tern worries that may not be enough.
Can I talk to you?
I feel ill at ease about the coming battle. I pray the Maker will watch over us all.
How do you do?
And?
Hail to you. If you'd excuse me, we are praying.
Hey, Jory. That's what you were.
Greetings. You must be the 3rd recruit we've heard about.
Yes, I am Tungdil.
Sir Jory is my name. I hail from Redcliffe, where I served as knight under the command of Arlayman. I wasn't aware dwarves could be Grey Wardens.
Why can't we be?
I've only seen a few of your folk in the castle dealing with the smithy.
I'd rather not talk about that. Not all dwarves are smiths, you know. Of course they can. Why couldn't they be? Yeah, because Grey Warden, anybody can be a Grey Warden, so I'm not gonna be right. Not all dwarves are smiths, you know. I'm gonna say yes. Of course they can. Why couldn't they be?
Since the Grey Wardens protect human lands, I guess the dwarf would not wish to join. Obviously, I'm wrong. I hope we're both lucky enough to eventually join the Wardens. Is it not thrilling to be given that chance?
I'm curious. You're not all that smart, are you? No, that's not very nice. I am curious. I'm curious about the joining ritual.
As am I. Has anyone told you about it?
Davis said we might be going into the wilds.
I never heard of such a ritual. I had no idea there were more tests after getting recruited. I suppose since you're finally here, I'd best get back to Duncan. I shall see you there.
All right. Prisoner?
Huh.
Ah,
Someone finally comes and talks to the lone prisoner. I don't suppose you've come to sentence me.
you haven't been sentenced.
No. They put someone like me in a cage until someone important has time to decide what to do with me. I don't suppose you have a bit of kindness in you? All I want is food and water. They haven't fed me since I was locked up and I'm starving.
I'll see what I can do. Why would I want to help you? Tell me why you're in there first.
I'm a deserter. Or so they think. I bet there's no arguing them out of it, though. Armies are funny that way.
And I bet you're as innocent as the sunrise. Did you desert?
I wasn't deserting. But when you catch someone sneaking around camp in the middle of the night, what else are you gonna think? Does it matter? All I want is a bit of food and water.
If you weren't deserting, why sneak around the camp?
Oh, I would have deserted eventually. Just not then. I was stealing, not sneaking out of the camp. I got one of those wizards drunk and took his key. It belongs to a chest they got here, full of magical treasures. In fact, I still have it. I can't use it from here, but I'd trade you for some food and water.
They didn't find the key when you were arrested?
I swallowed it. But it's come back into my possession since then, so to speak.
I'll take that. Kill and take the key. It's not my kingdom. And it really wouldn't... I am a noble, so I'm going to say, that's disgusting!
Yeah, well... Do you want the key or not?
I'll see what I can do.
Just ask my guard for his. He's still got some dinner. I saw him put it in his coat.
Expect for some gold according to him. Hey, guard.
Lucky dog. You Grey Wardens get to ride with the king while I'm left with the drudgery of guarding this deserter. They should have just hanged him. Put his head on a pike as an example.
I should go. Who is this prisoner exactly?
They say he was recruited before the war up in Dinnerham. Probably figured he'd never have to fight if he served the king, right?
Why did he want to desert?
Why does anyone want to desert? Because he thinks he's going to die and he's a bloody coward, that's why. Either that or he's been listening to a bunch of hogwash about how the Darkspawn will drag you off and eat you.
I had a chat with him, actually.
Don't expect it was an enlightening conversation.
He asked for some food and water.
Did he now? Since nobody sends me nothing to feed him with, the only way we'll get that is if I give him mine.
What if I buy it? How does 10 silver sound? Persuade. So you miss one meal. This man could be hanged soon. I do got money? So let's try this.
10 silver. Well, feed him if you want to. I had nothing to do with it, though. If anyone asks why he's burping, I'm gonna say it was you. Just so you know.
Alright. You acquire someone to guard. Okay. Let's go talk. I haven't done this quest.
So? Brought me some food, have you? I'm so hungry I could faint dead away.
Here's some food.
Much obliged. May Andraste herself rain blessings upon you. And, as I mentioned, here's the key. Use it in good health, huh?
Alright, let's read this. You acquired a key for the prisoner, presumably for one of the chests in the Circle of Magi, part of the king's camp. The chest will very likely be reachable upon when the Tranquil are not present, such as when they're gone for the evening. Okay.
As you say.
I don't know what that is, but I'll break it. Such a good little mod. I'll take it. I don't think I need it. Logain's Knight?
Sir Duncan appears to be a worthy leader.
He is.
The Grey Wardens are fortunate.
The king wants reinforcements from the Orlesian Grey Wardens. Frankly, I doubt we'll need...
Sorry, the main army camp is off limits for you right now.
Oh. Okay. Fine. Bunch of jerks. Are you okay, sir? Can I heal you?
It burns.
You may not want to remain here long, Warden.
You need to convince them.
Oh, shit.
We've got to run. The Darkspawn are coming.
We have them on the run, I hear. Why do you say that? They're all Grey Wardens here, you know.
The Grey Wardens will die. The king will die. we'll all die.
Man, your eyes are weird.
I apologize, Warden. He's been like this ever since they found him in the wilds.
Is it possible he has important information?
The commander who brought him here didn't seem to think so.
You can feel it, can't you?
Not yet.
They taint the land, turn it black and sick. Oh, you can feel it inside. They'll come out of that forest and spread. Like caterpillars covering a tree.
Yeah, that's a weird
They'll
thing.
swallow us whole.
That's quite enough out of you. You need to calm yourself, my good man.
They were everywhere. I saw them.
Oh, she just looked at me like, this guy's fucking crazy. Alright, let me... The chest of hungry deserter. Okay. Let's leave this area. Will you let me... Can I sneak past you?
That course of action is inadvisable.
Oh, can I ask you something?
Welcome, young man.
Who are you?
I am one of the Tranquil, my friend. I am of the Circle of Magi. But instead of casting spells and reading tomes, I spend my time enchanting.
Enchantment. You'll get that joke later.
Process, but invaluable. Enchantment provides the Circle its wealth. Certainly we would not get by on charity.
What is enchantment exactly?
It is the practice of folding magical lyrium into items first practiced by the dwarves. The Tranquil have learned their runes, and we use them to apply a variety of magical effects. We create the glow lights, as well as the magic staff, or the flaming blade. The irony, perhaps, is that it is our very disconnection to our former talents that allows the Tranquil to work with lyrium so. A true mage could not.
What sort of enchantments are there?
Runes exist that hold the power of the elements that increase strength or swiftness. Almost any spell can be given permanency, given enough skill and lyrium. Naturally, the greater the power required, the more expensive the rune will become to create.
Good thing that's not a problem
True
for me.
power comes with a price, as we know only too well.
You speak very strangely. Why is that?
Allow me to put it this way. Do you know why those with magical talent are feared?
They're not feared by dwarves.
Those with magical talent attract demons and spirits. We can be possessed easily and thus become horrors known as abominations.
Ooh.
Even those with minor talents attract hungry spirits. Anyone with the power may learn blood magic from these demons. Hence, we are considered dangerous. This is our curse. Thus, I was made tranquil, stripped of emotions and talent. I am no longer dangerous.
That's horrible. How is someone made tranquil?
Our forehead is branded with magic, which stills our talent and mind. The process is irreversible as far as I am aware.
Sounds like a horrid practice.
It might seem such to you, but I feel no horror. I am content to serve in my role.
Perhaps they should tranquil all mages then.
You might feel differently were you a mage.
I feel badly for you.
You do? I feel nothing. As the name suggests, my existence is quite peaceful. I am alive, productive, and no danger to anyone. Surely that is not a terrible thing.
But what about free will?
Perhaps we may speak of something else. Do you need assistance?
I should go.
Goodbye.
Alright. Alright, so I'm going to save my game.
prompt course of action is inadvisable.
All right.
Welcome, young man.
You said you were made tranquil?
Indeed. The circle makes tranquil those with insufficient skill to become a mage. We lose our emotions, but can still play a vital role in the circle. The brand is a minor price to pay. I am pleased to serve as a merchant and artisan, and people do not fear me as they do mages.
I should go.
Goodbye.
Goodbye. Okay, oh, let's talk to this guy. This is important. For later. This is very important.
This isn't good. I'd hate to waste such a promising member of the breed.
Oh, he's just doing... Oh, he was digging.
I could use some help.
No, I don't know anything about dogs. What's the problem? It may not be related to dogs.
This is a Mabari. Smart breed and strong. His owner died in the last battle, and the poor hound swallowed darkspawn blood.
Oh.
I have medicine that might help, but I need him muzzled first.
Why do you think I could muzzle him?
You're a Grey Warden, or soon will be. All Wardens are immune to the darkspawn taint. The most you have to worry about is some tooth marks.
Just how smart is this dog?
Centuries ago, a mage bred them to be smart and understand what they're told. They can remember and carry out complex orders. Most valuable dogs in the world. Trouble is, they generally imprint to one master. Re-imprinting them is very difficult.
Oh no.
But without the medicine, re-imprinting won't be an issue. Will you help?
Could it be imprinted to me?
We can try, but first we need to muzzle and medicate him.
I'll give it a shot.
Go in the pen and let him smell you. We'll know right away if he'll respond. Let's hope this works. I'd really hate to have to put him down.
The dog looks up at you respectfully, backing down from his aggressive stance. You can see intelligence in his eyes, as well as a great deal of pain. This animal is very ill. Put the muzzle on the dog. The Mabari growls weakly, but does not challenge you. After you're done, he whimpers plaintively.
Well done. Now I can treat the dog properly, poor fella. Come to think of it, are you heading into the wilds anytime soon?
I might be. Why?
There's a particular herb I could use to improve the dog's chances. It's a flower that grows in the swamps here, if I remember. If you happen across it, I could use it. It's very distinctive, all white with a blood-red center.
Where in the wilds would I find this flower?
It usually grows in dead wood that collects at the edge of ground pools. Should be plenty this time of year.
Why don't you get it yourself?
The wilds are off limits to non-soldiers, and I have many other hounds under my care.
Well, obviously he's asking me to heal it, but will the dog be alright without it?
If he doesn't get it, chances are he'll need to be put down.
Well, I'll see if I can find one.
Good. In the meantime, I'll begin treating our poor friend.
Alright, let's look at the map here, because I feel that I'm missing something. Alistar. Now, let's go. Let's go King Kaelin's tent. Let's see if we can talk to somebody. Dang it. Where is... Damn it. Alright, King Kaelin is right behind me? Duncan's fire, Logan's tent. Oh, it's here. Personal guard?
King Kaelin is not in his tent right now.
Do you know where the king is?
I believe he's with the Grey Wardens in camp, drinking. He holds them in high regard, you know, as his father did.
Let's use my persuasion. Tell me about the king. You must see him a lot.
I suppose I do, though he's spending most of his time with the Grey Wardens. He rides with them wherever they go, in fact. Teyrn Loghain sees the king whenever he can and argues with him over coming battles, but the king just waves him off.
The king wants to end the Blight with a single huge battle the bards will sing of for centuries. Do you think that's possible?
We'll see in the coming battle. How should I know? No, you have to... You'd have to fight the Archdemon, so I'm going to be honest. I have my doubts.
That's how the Teyrn feels. He'll do what the king wants in the end, though. The king thought it was funny the Teyrn called him reckless, and they fought about the queen.
The queen? Yeah, I don't know Caitlin was married.
To the Teyrn's daughter, no less. He wasn't happy about something she did or the king did, I'm not sure. I probably shouldn't discuss it.
Then I should go.
As you wish.
Alright, so we learned... Hello, Loghain. I'll talk to him.
You approach the tent of Teyrn Loghain. State your business.
Tell me about Teyrn Loghain.
How can you not know of Loghain?
I'm not from here.
He helped free Ferelden. He was the brains behind King Maric's armies and drove out those damned Orlesians. King Maric rewarded him by making him a Teyrn. Can you imagine? A commoner became a high nobleman just like that. Without Loghain, you can bet the king wouldn't be winning against these Darkspawn.
Is the Teyrn inside? What is he doing?
He's inside, but I don't think it's my place to discuss his activities.
Persuade? Surely you can tell me a little about him.
I suppose, as long as we talk quietly. He and the king have been arguing for days.
Days now?
The Teyrn's known the king since he was swaddled, so they don't stand on ceremony. The Teyrn speaks his mind, and the king yells right back. Personally, I think the king should do what Teyrn Loghain tells him. Without the Teyrn, we wouldn't be doing as well here as we are.
I would like an audience with the Teyrn, please.
I suppose you have a message for him. Hold on, then.
I like those swords.
Yes, what is it? Oh, you're Duncan's new Grey Warden, I assume.
You sound bored. I'm not the Grey Warden yet.
You impressed His Majesty, nonetheless. He could not contain his excitement over your meeting. Caitlin's fascination with the Wardens goes beyond the ordinary. Are you aware his father brought your order back to Ferelden?
Yes, I've heard that.
Maric respected the Grey Wardens. They have an honored place in the hearts of our people. But Maric would have understood that it takes more than legends to win a battle. That's not an argument I'll repeat here. You're no surface dwarf, I can see it in your eyes. Smart of the Grey Wardens to look for new recruits in Orzammar. I don't suppose you'll be riding into the thick of battle with the rest of your fellows, will you?
I certainly hope so.
Here for the glory, huh? Fair enough. Now I must return to my task. Pray that our king proves amenable to wisdom, if you're the praying sword.
To our... He's not my king. Well, he's not talking about our king. He's talking about their kings. I'm gonna say, if he doesn't...
Then simply pray.
Oh, Codex. Pivotal battle. Riverdale Merrick took the throne. He married Rowan, daughter of Rickcliffe. Low process of rebuilding everything Orlais has demolished. King Merrick. Okay. Do I really want to read all this out loud? It's just talking about his background. There it is. For those who wanted to read it, there it is. Duncan.
You found our tent, I see. Is there something you need?
Ask questions?
Alistar can help you with those. I had hoped he would be back by now.
Ah, then let us look for Alistar. Ooh, these guys are interesting.
If you have business with the Ash Warriors, I suggest you speak to our commander.
Pick, sir.
Go tell Teyrn Loghain that the war party's ready to begin scouting.
Grey Warden.
We'll send word if we find anything amiss.
Yes, sir. Right away, sir.
Oh, there he goes. Damn it. There's the leader.
You're the dwarf who walks with the Grey Wardens. A respectable decision.
Thank you. I'm glad to be here. Or do you know much about us dwarves?
Some, like all Ash warriors. Our training originates from the dwarves. Is there something you wanted? We have no time for idle chatter.
Let's see. You don't look like you don't look like the other soldiers in the army.
We aren't. We're Ash warriors, as you should well know.
Turn the camera down just a wee bit there. You trained with the Dwarven Berserker warriors.
Our discipline was passed down to us from the time of Luthias the Dwarf Son. He trained with the Berserkers of your kind, long ago.
So you're the same as the Berserkers in Orzammar?
Perhaps. I've never been, so I cannot say for certain. But I'm told our traditions are the same. We harness the rage inside us, nurture it.
Despite all my rage, I am still just a rat in a cage.
It is a dwarven discipline, but we've adapted it to let us fight alongside our hounds. That is our way. I trust my hound with my life, as he trusts me with his.
Tell me of this Luthas the Dwarfson.
I am no bard, but I will do my best. Luthias was a claimed tribesman. Some said he was too short to be a warrior, but he was strong and fierce. His chieftain sent him to the dwarves of Orzammar to negotiate an alliance, where he fell in love with the king's daughter, Skya, and brought her back to his tribe. She taught Luthias to use the dwarven battle wrath to summon his strength and ignore all pain. Luthias then taught this to the Clane, who made him their chieftain.
So you descend from the Clane.
They were simply the first to be taught. Others were inspired by his death to follow his path.
How did he die?
Luthias' prowess earned him the love of Morrigan, a beautiful chieftain of another tribe. When Skya learned of his seduction, she returned to her people. Luthias was grieved. He sent Morrigan away, but this only vexed her, and began a long war between their tribes.
Wow.
In the end, Luthias slew Morrigan in single combat. However, his wounds were great, and he perished when the rage ended. The dwarves came from Orzammar that day, and gave Luthias an honored burial in the mountains. And we live by his teachings even today.
So much lore. What happened to his wife? Sika.
It is said that before the final battle, she returned to Luthias and gave him a shirt of dwarven chain, along with a final night of passion. Then she was gone forever. If she lived on in Orzammar, only your people would know.
I don't know, but the name sounds familiar. I believe she became a paragon.
These are your honored ancestors, yes? And what of Luthias? Is he known?
Not to me, but that doesn't mean he wasn't honored.
Time fades even legend, perhaps. I know Luthias was the first of our warriors, and that is enough for me.
You could have just said that he was the first Ash warrior.
Luthias was a great man. I doubt I've done his tale justice.
Why have you painted your dogs?
They use scent to distinguish us from our enemies, but the blood of battle can confuse them. So we paint ourselves with caddis, which overpowers the blood.
Caddis
and
must be a
also
type
paint
of
our
paint.
hounds so they know we are the same.
It's the only thing that makes sense to me. Hang on, 1 sec. I gotta take care of a cat picking at the door. There we go. Unedited, because that's just the way we roll here. Okay. What are you preparing for?
To scout the wilds and watch the progression of the Darkspawn horde. With luck, we'll find and slaughter many stragglers. The hunt will be good if my hound survives the blood of his prey. If he dies, I shall mourn tonight.
Survives the blood? What do you mean?
Darkspawn blood is poisonous, but not always fatal.
Okay, we heard this
Those
before.
who survive grow immune to its effects. The Wardens say that tainted blood drives even the survivors mad eventually. But not today. Today, we hunt and we kill.
No, we're not leaving the dogs behind because they help fight, so I should be going.
My thanks. There is hunting to be done, and I'll not be kept from it.
Alright, this game's not letting me move. There we go. Alright, let's open up the map here. I have to go to Alistar now. Okay, so Alistar is up this way, I believe. In order to continue, we have to go up here. I wish it would turn evening so that I can... Oh, wait. Who's that? Oh, that's the chest. I think he's up here. Because I dabble through this part here. Oh, there we go. Let's listen in.
What is it now? Haven't Grey Wardens asked more than enough of the Circle?
I simply came to deliver a message from the revered mother, Sir Mage. She desires your presence.
What her reverence desires is of no concern to me. I am busy helping the Grey Wardens, by the King's orders, I might add.
Should I have asked her to write a note?
Tell her I will not be harassed in this manner.
Yes, I was harassing you by delivering a message.
Your glibness does you no credit.
Can I interfere with
I thought
this?
we were getting along so well. I was even going to name one of my children after you. The grumpy one.
Enough. I will speak to the woman if I must. Get out of my way, fool.
Ooh, can I steal that?
One good thing about the Blight is how it brings people together.
From a roleplay perspective, yes, he is still kind of uppity at times, but he gets the sense that he's a jokey character, such as his banter with, I forget his name already, Brennan? Anyway, I know exactly what you mean.
It's like a party. We could all stand in a circle and hold hands. That would give the Darkspawn something to think about. Wait, we haven't met, have we? I don't suppose you happen to be another mage?
We haven't met. You must be Alistar. Don't worry, I'm no mage. Tungdil doesn't have anything against mages. Does that make your day worse? I'm just gonna be... We haven't met. You must be Alistar.
And that makes you Duncan's new recruit, I suppose. Glad to meet you. As the junior member of the Order, I'll be accompanying you when you prepare for the joining.
Pleased to meet you. My name is Tungdil.
Right, that was the name.
A name that I'll never actually have to say.
There haven't been any dwarven Grey Wardens in some time. You must know a lot about Darkspawn.
We've been fighting them for centuries.
Hard to believe most folks here think the Darkspawn disappeared after the last Blight, when your people still suffer every day. Anyhow, whenever you're ready, let's get back to Duncan. I imagine he's eager to get things started.
That argument I saw. What was that about?
With the mage. The Circle is here at the King's request, and the Chantry doesn't like that one bit. They just love letting mages know how unwelcome they are, which puts me in a bit of an awkward position. I was once a Templar.
What's a Templar?
You don't know? Quick version then.
Well, I wouldn't know.
The Chantry tries to control mages because they're dangerous, so they keep Templars that train to hunt down and kill apostates. That's what I was being trained as when Duncan recruited me 6 months ago. I'm sure the revered mother meant it as an insult, sending me as her messenger, and the mage picked right up on that. I never would have agreed to deliver it, but Duncan says we're all to cooperate and get along. Apparently they didn't get the same speech.
What about the other recruits?
Davith and Sir Jory are here in the camp. Have you met them?
Yes, both of them.
That makes things easy then. They'll both be back with Duncan by now.
I look forward to traveling with you.
You do? Huh. That's a switch. If you have any questions, let me know. Otherwise, lead on.
Because I want to be on your good side. Alistar proves +4! Yay! Yoink. Give me all that. Yeah. Hope you don't mind me stealing.
Yes?
Tell me a little about yourself.
As I said, I was trained as a Templar before Duncan recruited me about 6 months ago. The Chantry raised me, and becoming a Templar was a decision made for me a long time ago. Duncan saw I wasn't happy, and figured my training against mages could double for fighting Darkspawn. Now, here I stand, a proud Grey Warden. The Grand Cleric wouldn't have let me go if Duncan never forced the issue.
It's all about always forcing the issue.
I'll always be grateful to him.
You speak fondly of Duncan.
I spent years in that Chantry, hopelessly resigned to my fate. Duncan was the first person who cared what I wanted. He risked a lot of trouble with the Grand Cleric to help me.
Let's see. No, see that he doesn't like that answer. You didn't want to join the Chantry?
It just wasn't for me. I believe in the Maker well enough, but I never wanted to devote my life to the Chantry.
I have a few questions for you.
What about?
The Grey Wardens. Tell me more.
So I imagine. What would you like to know?
What makes you all so special?
The Grey Wardens are warriors without equal. Darkspawn threatened to destroy the world.
Even though my character should know this.
Each time the Grey Wardens led mankind to victory. Nobody knows more about Darkspawn, and nobody's better equipped to deal with them. You'll see. Trust me.
So, they're knights. Heroes?
I don't know if I go that far. Duncan says the Grey Wardens do whatever is necessary to protect mankind from Darkspawn. That means some pretty extreme things. Whatever it takes to bring victory.
Whatever it takes. Tungdil's going to take that to heart. He's going to realize that he wanted to change his dwarven culture. He wants to end the Darkspawn from destroying it, and hearing the man who recruited him feel the same way, that's going to reaffirm Tungdil's commitment to ending the Darkspawn. Where are all the Grey Wardens now?
The others are camped with the King's soldiers in the valley. The King's given us a position of honor at the vanguard, despite our small numbers. I think Kalen is actually excited to ride into battle with us. Maybe he thinks that's what his father would have done.
So the Grey Wardens have the right to recruit anyone?
King Maric, Kalen's father, reaffirmed the power the Grey Wardens were given during the Blights. In practice, we can't conscript too often without hurting our cause. We were exiled from Ferelden once. Best not to let that happen again.
I'm not sure I know anything about the Grey Wardens. I should, but...
Well, let's see. Surely you've heard of Weishaupt Fortress? The great eyrie carved into the White Cliffs far off in the Neanderthals? That's where the Grey Wardens once kept their griffins. The griffins died out, however, and our numbers have dwindled since the last Blight. There's only a handful left in Ferelden. A few more in other nations.
Well, that's all I wanted to know.
You want to ask me about something else?
The Blight, the first Blight Duncan mentioned. Or this Blight Duncan mentioned.
Of course.
How do Grey Wardens defeat Blights?
We chop off the snake's head. It's the only way. According to texts, the most famous Grey Warden leader, Garahel, killed the archdemon Underal in personal combat at the Battle of Aisley to end the last Blight. Without the Archdemon to command them, the Darkspawn flee back underground.
See, I know what a how did anyone know? We don't know. Just what is a Blight? Where do Darkspawn come from? Well, I know where Darkspawn come from. They come from underground. They come from, so I know what that is. How did anyone? Let's say this.
Grey Wardens keep watch.
I should have asked it in my character's voice. I'm sorry.
Feel the Darkspawn when they come. You'll understand after the joining. If you...
What?
You'll understand. Not to mention people start to notice when Darkspawn pour out of the wilds and taint everything around them. Just a guess.
That's all I wanted to know.
You want to ask me about something else?
Tell me about Duncan.
Duncan is the leader of the Grey Wardens in Ferelden. Which he would say doesn't mean much, as there aren't many of us here. Yet, beyond that, he's a good man. A good judge of character. I owe him a lot. What about you? What do you think of him?
Let's just, yeah. I owe him as well. He saved me.
That sounds familiar. He's done the best he can with what little he has. And that includes me, I guess. You want to ask me about something else?
The joining ritual.
I wish I could tell you more. Maybe ask me again after Duncan speaks to you about it. You want to ask me about something else?
Because I don't want to talk about this anymore. Yep, this upcoming battle.
The one tomorrow. I'll tell you. It's Tan Loghain we should be looking to win it, not the king. Kaelin just wants his place in history. The Tairn is planning the strategy. That's my opinion, anyway. I guess I should be thankful the king favors us Grey Wardens. But I know who's keeping the lid on the pot.
How much will I be participating?
You know, that's a good question. The other Grey Wardens are riding into battle with the king. I don't know if you'll be with them.
Why is this happening here, of all places?
We're at the edge of the Korkari Wilds, the eye of the Blight storm, right where the Horde will be coming. Ostagar itself is in excellent defensive position. The Wilders were pushed back from here time and again in ancient days.
What are the chances of success?
I'm sure Tan Loghain has the battle planned to the last detail. Still, no Blight has ever been defeated with so little cost.
That's all and what if we fail?
If we don't break the Horde here, Duncan says it will spread until it engulfs all of Ferelden. Then it will take an alliance of nations to fight it, which would be bad. Neither the king nor the Tairn really seems to believe this is a real Blight, however.
That's all I wanted to know.
You want to ask me about something else?
The Grey Wardens.
So I imagine.
Oh, shit.
What would you like to know? You want to ask me about something else? Then let's get a move on, shall we?
Alistar approves +1. Okay. Well, just because I asked questions. I asked questions you wanted to hear. Fuck, did I go the wrong way? Kinda, sorta. Alright, God damn it. There he is. There's our boy. I think we talked to everybody.
You found Alistar, did you? Good. I'll assume you're ready to begin preparations. Assuming, of course, that you're quite finished riling up mages, Alistar.
Hey now.
What can I say? The revered mother ambushed me. The way she wields guilt, they should stick her in the army.
She forced you to sass the mage, did she?
No.
We cannot afford to antagonize anyone, Alistar. We don't need to give anyone more ammunition against us.
You're right, Duncan. I apologize.
Now then, since you're all here, we can begin. You four will be heading into the Korkari Wilds to perform 2 tasks.
2?
The first is to obtain 3 vials of Darkspawn blood. 1 for each recruit.
Going to the wilds isn't that dangerous? Really? No. Finally, some action. Well, obviously, we need it for the ritual. And what's the second task?
There was once a Grey Warden archive in the wilds, abandoned long ago when we could no longer afford to maintain such remote outposts. It has recently come to our attention that some scrolls have been left behind, magically sealed to protect them. Alistar, I want you to retrieve these scrolls if you can.
What kind of scrolls are these?
Old treaties, if you're curious.
I was.
Promises of support made to the Grey Wardens long ago. They were once considered only formalities. With so many having forgotten their commitments to us, I suspect it may be a good idea to have something to remind them with.
How will we find this archive?
It will be an overgrown ruin by now, but the sealed chest should remain intact. Alistar will guide you to the area you need to search.
And is this part of our joining too?
No, but the effort must be made. I have every confidence you are up to the task.
So, and what if they're no longer there?
It's possible the scrolls may have been destroyed or even stolen, though the seal's magic should have protected them. Only a Grey Warden can break such a seal.
I don't understand. Why leave such things in a ruin if they're so valuable?
It was assumed that we would someday return. A great many things were assumed that have not held true.
So, find the archive and the 3 vials of blood. Understood.
Watch over your charges, Alistar. Return quickly and safely.
We will.
Then may the Maker watch over your path. I will see you when you return.
I think I'll see the screenshot. Alright, Jory. No, me.
What would you like?
Alright, so that's how I can switch my characters, but we're all gonna go this way. To the Kokari Wilds. Oh, hang on. Can I talk to you guys?
Welcome to the King's Camp, my lord.
What's... Just wanna look at the map here. Infirmary... I think I've been everywhere. Yeah, I can't find this redhead, but the guard was talking about earlier.
Hail. I'm told you all have business in the wilds. The gate's open for you. Just be careful out there. Even a Grey Warden won't be safe in the forest tonight.
Well, okay then.
I am ready.
Damn it. How did the Grey Wardens find you?
Last month, Duncan visited, however, and the band held a tournament in his honor. I won the Grand Melee. It was hard to leave my wife. We married only a year ago, and she is heavy with child now. But Ferelden needs my blade, and I shall not falter.
What do you think of Duncan?
He has a seemingly impossible task, with a scarce handful of Grey Wardens, yet he does not complain or flinch from his duty.
Let us go.
Indeed.
Davis?
Yes?
Where are you from, Davis?
I grew up in a village about a day's trip to the east. Little blot you wouldn't even find on a map. Haven't been back in years. I struck out for the city as soon as I could outrun my pa. I've been in Denerim for what, 6 years now? Never liked it much, but there's more purses there than anywhere else.
Nah, so you're a goddamn thief. So, you're a cut purse.
And a pickpocket, thank you very much. Or was, anyhow. Who'd ever guess I'd end up a Grey Warden?
So what do you think of Duncan?
Alright for an old bugger. He's faster than he looks, too.
How did the Grey Wardens find you?
I found them. I cut Duncan's purse while he was standing in a crowd. He grabs my wrist, but I squirm out and bolt. The old bugger can run, but the garrison caught me first. I'm a wanted man in Denerim, you see, so they were going to string me up right there.
What happened then?
Duncan stopped them. Invoked the right of conscription. I gave the garrison the finger while I was walking away.
I don't like this guy.
Don't know why Duncan wants someone like me. But he says finesse is important, and that I'm fast with a blade. You bet your boots I am. Besides, it beats getting strung up.
Let us go.
Hey, I'm following you, aren't I?
Let's get what we came for and head back to Duncan.
Never mind.
Then let's get a move on, shall we?
I like how he's the junior member.
I'm ready.
Damn it!
Indeed.
He's the junior member, yet I'm the one taking control. Oh shit! Fuck him up, guys. Oh god. No! I think there might be more. Yeah, there they are. Come on, you sluts. Alright, fuck them up. Fuck them up. Oh, you're fucked.
It has begun.
Take the wolf pelt, maybe we can sell that. I'm not gonna bother with those. Oh, those. That doesn't look great.
Over here.
Oh shit. Are you okay, sir? As we all just casually walk over.
Who is that? Grey Wardens?
Well, he's not half as dead as he looks.
I would agree.
My scouting band was attacked by Darkspawn. They came out of the ground. Please help me. I've got to return to camp.
Let's try to bandage him up at least.
I have bandages in my pack.
Alright, well we got lots of healing anyway, so
Thank you.
we can donate it.
I've got to get out of here.
And this might help my quest later.
Did you hear? An entire patrol of seasoned men killed by Darkspawn.
Calm down, Sir Jory. We'll be fine if we're careful.
Those soldiers were careful, and they were still overwhelmed. How many Darkspawn can the four of us slay? A dozen? 100? There's an entire army in these forests.
We do not know that.
There are Darkspawn about, but we're in no danger of walking into the bulk of the Horde.
How do you know? I'm not a coward, but this is foolish and reckless. We should go back.
You sound like a coward to me. No, well, it's a... Well, sometimes that's not always just a thing, but overcoming... I was going to say, it's not always... You can't just fight your way out of trouble. Sometimes you need to talk your way out of trouble. As this guy knows, because he's a politician. I'm just going to say, overcoming these dangers is a part of our test.
That's true.
Know this. All Grey Wardens can sense Darkspawn. Whatever their cunning, I guarantee they won't take us by surprise. That's why I'm here.
You see, Sir Knight, we might die, but we'll be warned about it first.
That is reassuring.
That doesn't mean I'm here to make this easy, however. So let's get a move on.
Alright, let us move on here. There is something. We want this. Items received. Or, quest completed. The poor thing has been poisoned by dark blonde. You need to find a flower the kennel needs to treat the wound, and should return to the camp as soon as possible. Alright, so here's what we're gonna do. We gotta run back. I know you might be thinking, oh, come on there, pony. You can do this later. No, doing it now. Doing it now because I don't want to forget it. Keep running, running, running. And maybe, when if we come back, that will trigger a night. No, damn it. All right. All right, there we go.
The Mabari's stable for now, but not improving. Unless I get that herb I told you about, there's not much hope.
You mean this?
Let me see. Yeah, that's exactly it. Wonderful. Yeah, give me a moment and I'll make this into an ointment.
Cool.
He looks better already. I'm sure he'd thank you himself if he could.
How long before there's an improvement?
A day, maybe two. There's enough ointment for him to make a full recovery. Why not come back after the battle? Perhaps we can see about imprinting him on you.
You think that's possible?
Maybe. It's likely he understands you're responsible for curing him. Mabari are at least as smart as your average tax collector. Come back after the battle and just... well, take another look.
Well, okay then. So after the battle. Which would be absolutely fine. Oh, let's go here. In here. Alright, we're heading straight back. Never enter battle with your bare hands. Ah, jeez. Alright. Moving on. We go this way. This way. Keep running, keep running. God, a lot of freaking dead bodies around here. Oh shit. Fuck you. Yeah, fuck him. Oh, get him. Fuck him up, boys. Oh. Radical. Okay, let's go back and take care of these guys. Follow dark spot. Okay.
I am ready.
Oh, get the fuck out of my face.
Indeed.
Alright, I don't think anybody's injured. Ooh. That's rough.
Look there. Poor slobs. That just seems so excessive.
Oh, they're darkspawn. They're evil. Halt. Oh, I thought I saw something. Oh, that's a squirrel hauling ass there. Map? I don't think I missed anything. Oh, nothing there. Oh, saving game. Okay. Jesus Christ, enough with the fucking hangings. Let's head down this way.
Careful. I'm sensing darkspawn nearby.
Yep. I'll take care of them. Where are you going? No, 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 no. Come here. Oh, you fucker. Taking care of this guy. Ow. Here we got him. Come on. I'll help you. Good job, everybody. Alright, you guys fight them. I'm gonna pickpocket. Pickpocket.
Shall be done.
Expert of locals. Alright. Breakfast Legends. It's horrifying. Okay, that's just a story. That adds lore? I'll read it later. Maybe I'll make an episode where I'm just going to read. Oh, come on. Fine, I'll just head over here. There we go. Alright. Oh, let me just get there.
Very well.
Ooh, I'll take that. Can I continue on down this way? Might be more darkspawn to kill?
What do you know? More darkspawn about. Prepare for random violence.
Oh, Jesus. Oh, Jesus. Oh, fuck him up.
Shall be done.
Alright, let's take a look here.
I shall do it.
And? Oh, no, that's not a flower. So that fire they made was a trick? Sure, why not? Oh, we just leveled up. We got 3 points. So we'll get strength there. And cunning there. Next. Threaten. Shield defense. Shield defense. Oh, what do I want? What do I want to do here? Threaten? No. What do I want to do? Taunt. Okay. Blight. And? Okay. Not really sure what that did. Alright. Is it over this way? You never know, there might be more darkspawn to kill. Is there any more to kill? Oh, saving game. Okay. Hang on. Attack! Come on. Yes. Alright. I'll help you with these. With this here. Everybody gang up on him! Yeah! Yes, I got the kill! Ooh. Take all.
It has begun.
And I'll take you. Because all this stuff is probably super valuable. Alright, did I check the entire map? Yeah, for the most part. There's the item. Let's go. We made it. That's not good. Oh, hello.
Well, well.
Modded more.
What have we here? Are you a vulture, I wonder? A scavenger, poking amidst a corpse whose bones were long since cleaned? Or merely an intruder, come into these darkspawn-filled wilds of mine in search of easy prey?
Yes, I modded her not to have a bra. In case you're wondering.
What say you, Scavenger or intruder?
I am neither. Intruder? Just how you know about, and just how are these your wilds? No. I wouldn't know who you are and where you come from. Or, honestly, I am neither. The Grey Wardens once owned this tower.
'Tis a tower no longer. The wilds have obviously claimed this desiccated corpse. I have watched your progress for some time. Where do they go, I wondered? Why are they here? And now you disturb ashes none have touched for so long. Why is that?
Don't answer her. She looks chastened, and that means others may be nearby.
Oh, you fear barbarians will swoop down upon you.
Yes, swooping is bad.
She's a witch of the wilds, she is. She'll turn us into toads.
You're...
Witch of the wilds. Such idle fancies, those legends. Have you no minds of your own? You there, dwarf.
I have a name.
You have nothing to fear from any witch. Tell me your name, and I shall tell you mine. Let us be civilized.
Well, that's fine. I am Tungdil. A pleasure to meet you.
Now that is a proper civil greeting, even here in the wilds. You may call me Morrigan.
Hello, Morrigan.
Shall I guess your purpose? You sought something in that chest? Something that is here no longer?
Here no longer? You stole them, didn't you? You're some kind of sneaky witch thief.
Nice.
How very eloquent.
Sick burn,
How does one
Alistar.
steal from dead men?
Quite easily, it seems. Those documents are Grey Warden property, and I suggest you return them.
I will not, for it was not I who removed them. Invoke a name that means nothing here any longer if you wish. I am not threatened.
She's acting like she knows, so... Then, who removed them?
'Twas my mother, in fact.
Can you take us to her?
There is a sensible request. I like you.
I'd be careful. First it's, I like you, but then zap. Frog time.
She'll put us all in the pot, she will. Just you watch.
Oh, shut up.
If the pot's warmer than this forest, it'd be a nice change.
Follow me then, if it pleases you.
It does. I've always liked Morrigan as a character. I always thought she was a fantastic character. Not that there's any bad characters in Dragon Age. I liked them all.
Greetings, Mother. I bring before you 4 Grey Wardens who...
I see them, girl. Much as I expected.
Are we supposed to believe you were expecting us?
You are required to do nothing, least of all believe. Shut one's eyes tight or open one's arms wide. Either way, one's a fool.
She's a witch, I tell you. We shouldn't be talking to her.
Quiet, Dareth. If she's really a witch, do you want to make her mad?
There is a smart lad. Sadly irrelevant to the larger scheme of things, but it is not I who decides. Believe what you will. And what of you? Does your dwarven mind give you a different viewpoint? What do you believe?
I believe, but that's Captain fucking Janeway, Kate Mulgrew doing the voice, which is fantastic. So, little Star Trek. I almost said Star Wars. Star Trek. I believe you have something we need. I'm no fool. If that's what you're asking. I'm not sure what to believe. I believe you're crazy and possibly. I'm no fool. If that's what you're asking. Even though I did get played by my brother, so for the most part, I'm not a fool.
If you must protest so quickly, perhaps I need not ask. So much about you is uncertain, and yet I believe. Do I? Why, it seems I do.
So, this is a dreaded Witch of the Wilds.
Witch of the Wilds, huh? Morrigan must have told you that.
She did not.
She fancies such tales, though she would never admit it. Oh, how she dances under the moon.
They did not come to listen to your wild tales, Mother.
True, they came for their treaties, yes? And before you begin barking, your precious seal wore off long ago. I have protected these.
Protected?
You... Oh, you protected them?
And why not? Take them to your Grey Wardens and tell them this Blight's threat is greater than they realize.
What do you mean the threat is greater than they realized? Thank you for returning, though. I'm gonna say, how do you know all this?
Do I? Perhaps I am simply an old woman with a penchant for moldy parchments. Oh, do not mind me. You have what you came for.
Time for you to go, then.
Do not be ridiculous, girl.
Yeah.
These are your guests.
Oh, very well. I will show you out of the woods. Follow me.
Oh, I didn't get to thank her. I kind of wanted to... Alright, whatever. Okay, so... I don't want to talk to you yet. I want... Okay, here we go, here we go, here we go. No. No, I don't. I want the chest. Come on, wizard, don't fucking be there. Come on, don't be there. Fuck off! Okay. I want to say fucking clicky thing. Oh, baby? Taking all of that. Quest completed. And what I got was healing, bow, darkspawn staff, that's probably pretty good. Grey Warden heavy helmet. Alright, that looks fucking goofy. Tier 2. You know what? Destroy. Destroy. See, that would be very good. And use that. No helmet. Alright, there we go. It looked really goofy on him. But we have. Is it still equipped on me? Yeah. I have it. I just don't have it on me. Excellent. Alright, and they told me to come after the battle, right? Yeah, that's what he said. I'm double checking.
The Mabari's responding well. As I said, come back after the battle's done. He's bound to be livelier then.
Alright. Duncan, I have the stuff.
So you returned from the wilds. Have you been successful?
Not that it was easy. But yes.
Good. I've had the Circle mages preparing. With the blood you've retrieved, we can begin the joining immediately.
Maybe we should tell you about Morrigan and her mother?
There was a woman at the tower, and her mother had scrolls. They were both very... odd.
Were they wilder folk?
I don't think so. They might be apostates. Mages hiding from the Chantry.
I know you were once a Templar, Alistar, but Chantry business is not ours. We have the scrolls. Let us focus on the joining.
Now will you tell us what this ritual is about?
I will not lie. We Grey Wardens pay a heavy price to become what we are. Fate may decree that you pay your price now, rather than later.
You're saying this ritual can kill us?
As could any darkspawn you might face in battle. You would not have been chosen, however, if I did not think you had a chance to survive.
Let's go then. I'm anxious to see this joining now.
I agree. Let's have it done.
Are you
Then
fucking
let us
crazy?
begin. Alistar, take them to the old temple.
Okay. Like, most people probably would have done this within the first half hour, but...
The more I hear about this joining, the less I like it.
You just said that you were down!
Why all these damn tests? Have I not earned my place?
Maybe it's tradition. Maybe they're just trying to annoy you.
All humans such cowards. No, because... Duncan. Stop yammering, you're giving me a headache. Calm down. This is very practical as a leader. Calm down. There's nothing we can do about it now.
I only know that my wife is in Highover with a child on the way. If they had warned me, it just doesn't seem fair.
Would you have come if they'd warned you? Maybe that's why they don't. The Wardens do what they must, right?
Including sacrificing us?
I'd sacrifice a lot more if I knew it would end the Blight.
We both shut up. That's a horrible thing to say. But we don't know that, Dave. Well, anything it takes to end the Blight, so you make a good point.
You saw those Darkspawns tonight. Wouldn't you die to protect your pretty wife from them? Maybe you'll die. Maybe we'll all die. If nobody stops the Darkspawn, we'll die for sure.
I've just never faced a foe I could not engage with my blade.
At last, we come to the joining.
Yeah.
The
I love that
Grey
armor.
Wardens were founded during the first Blight, when humanity stood on the verge of annihilation. So it was that the first Grey Wardens drank of Darkspawn blood and mastered their taint.
We're going to drink the blood of those creatures.
As the first Grey Wardens did before us, as we did before you. This is the source of our power and our victory.
Those who survive the joining become immune to the taint. We can sense it in the Darkspawn and use it to slay the Archdemon.
Huh. And what if we're not sure about this? Let's get on with it. Those who survive?
Not all who drink the blood will survive, and those who do are forever changed. This is why the joining is a secret. It is the price we pay. We speak only a few words prior to the joining, but these words have been said since the first. Alistar, if you would.
Rub-a-dub-dub. Thanks for the grub.
Join us, brothers and sisters. Join us in the shadows where we stand vigilant. Join us as we carry the duty that cannot be forsworn. And should you perish, know that your sacrifice will not be forgotten. And that one day, we shall join you.
Nice.
Davith, step forward.
Here we go. Take a drink, dude. Chug, 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 chug. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Oh! Uh-oh. Oh.
I am sorry, Davith.
Shit.
Step forward, Jory.
Come on, Jory.
But I have a wife, a child. Had I known...
It's all right.
No turning back.
No. You ask too much. There is no glory in this.
Come on. Just take a drink. Oh. 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 Oh!
I am sorry.
Yeah, he couldn't... Oh, the sword just disappeared.
But the joining is not yet complete. You are called upon to submit yourself to the taint for the greater good.
I'm just gonna fucking chug it.
From this moment forth, you are a Grey Warden.
Oh, uh-oh. Oh, shit! Ah! What the fuck? What the hell?
It is finished. Welcome.
I don't feel so
Two more
good.
deaths. In my joining, only one of us died, but it was horrible. I'm glad at least one of you made it through.
How do you feel?
It's over. I'm fine. No, I can't believe. Nothing you said prepared me for that, or the pain. That was unbelievable.
Such is what it takes to be a Grey Warden.
Did you have dreams? I had terrible dreams after my joining.
Such dreams come when you begin to sense the Darkspawn, as we all do. That and many other things can be explained in the months to come.
Before I forget, there is one last part to your joining.
Oh, Jesus.
We take some of that blood and put it in a pendant. Something to remind us of those who didn't make it this far.
Fair enough.
Take some time. When you're ready, I'd like you to accompany me to a meeting with the king.
What kind of meeting?
The king is discussing strategy for the upcoming battle. I am not sure why he has requested your presence. The meeting is to the west, down the stairs. Please attend as soon as you're able.
Alright, items received. Lots of good stuff. Oh, we are... Grey Warden. Heavy armor. Yes! Yeah. Alright, smuggler's boots? Fatigue. Yeah, let's destroy those. Grey Warden. Okay, I will destroy you. I don't think I need you, really. What does that look like? Yeah, no, that's a lot better. Grey Warden. Two-handed. Two-handed. Yeah. Do I have a Grey Warden shield? Crow dagger, okay. Whoops. Ash warrior. Do I have a backup weapon? No, I might have to sell some of this stuff. If we can, we'll sell. Oh, I love that armor. Where are we going?
We can speak more after the meeting with the king.
Alright, can I... Dual dread? Oh. What's happening here?
Logain, my decision is final. I will stand by the Grey Wardens in this assault.
You risk too much, Kalen.
Oh.
The Darkspawn Horde is too dangerous for you to be playing hero on the front lines.
If that's the case, perhaps we should wait for the Orlesian forces to join us after all.
I must repeat my protest to your fool notion that we need the Orlesians to defend ourselves.
It is not a fool notion. Our arguments with the Orlesians are a thing of the past, and you will remember who is king.
How fortunate Marek did not live to see his son ready to hand Ferelden over to those who enslaved us for a century.
Then our current forces will have to suffice, won't they? Duncan, are your men ready for battle?
Oh, look at my armor.
They are, Your Majesty.
And this is the recruit I met earlier on the road? I understand congratulations are in order.
Thank you, Your Majesty.
Every Grey Warden is needed now. You should be honored to join their ranks.
Your fascination with glory and legends will be your undoing, Kalen. We must attend to reality.
Fine. Speak your strategy. The Grey Wardens and I draw the Darkspawn into charging our lines, and then?
You will alert the tower to light the beacon, signaling my men to charge from cover.
To flank the Darkspawn, I remember. This is the Tower of Ishal in the ruins, yes?
I've heard of this.
Who shall light this beacon?
I have a few men stationed there. It's not a dangerous task, but it is vital.
Then we should send our best. Send Alistar and the new Grey Warden to make sure it's done.
What? If it's not dangerous, I can do it myself. I'll do my best, Your Majesty. Another side mission away from the main force? Thrilling. I refuse to be sent now. That's cocky, that's arrogant. I'm gonna say, yeah, if it's not dangerous, I can do it myself.
No. It's best that you both go.
You rely on these Grey Wardens too much. Is that truly wise?
Enough of your conspiracy
I said I can do it by myself.
Grey Wardens battle the Blight no matter where they're from.
Your Majesty, You should consider the possibility of the archdemon appearing.
There have been no signs of any dragons in the wilds.
Isn't that what your men are here for, Duncan?
Yes, Your Majesty.
Your Majesty, the tower and its beacon are unnecessary. The
We
circle
will
of
not
Magi...
trust any lives to your spells.
Stop.
Mage. Save them for the Darkspawn.
Enough. This plan will suffice. The Grey Wardens will light the beacon.
Thank you, Loghain. I cannot wait for that glorious moment. The Grey Wardens battle beside the King of Ferelden to stem the tide of evil.
Man, you're full of yourself.
Yes, Galen. A glorious moment for us all.
I don't like the way you said that.
You heard the plan. You and Alistar will go to the Tower of Ishal and ensure the beacon is lit.
God, I love their
What?
armor.
I won't be in the battle.
This is by the King's personal request, Alistar. If the beacon is not lit, Tern Loghain's men won't know when to charge.
So he needs 2 Grey Wardens standing up there holding the torch, just in case, right?
Well, we're all the rookies. I agree with Alistar. We should be in the battle.
That is not your choice. If King Cailan wishes Grey Wardens to ensure the beacon is lit, then Grey Wardens will be there. We must do whatever it takes to destroy the Darkspawn. Exciting or no.
I get it, I get it. Just so you know, if the king ever asks me to put on a dress and dance to Remigold, I'm drawing the line. Darkspawn or no.
I don't know, that could be a great distraction. You have some odd ideas about the king. Or way to take a stand, Alistar. I don't know. I'm gonna... If he's joking, I'm joking. I don't know. That could be a great distraction.
Me shimmying down the Darkspawn line? Sure. We could kill them while they roll around laughing.
The tower is on the other side of the gorge from the King's camp, the way we came when we arrived. You'll need to cross the gorge and head through the gate and up to the tower entrance. From the top, you'll overlook the entire valley.
When do we light the beacon?
We will signal you when the time is right. Alistar will know what to look for.
How much time do we have?
The battle is about to begin. Once I leave, move quickly. You'll have less than an hour.
Can we join the battle afterwards?
Stay with the Terran's men and guard the tower. If you are needed, we will send word.
What if the archdemon appears?
We soil our drawers, that's what.
If it does, leave it to us. I want no heroics from either of you.
Are we in any danger?
Of course. Even the best laid plans go awry. So do what you must. I trust you both.
As I trust
Just
you.
Not enough to actually fight with the rest of you.
There will be plenty of battles, Alistar. Be patient.
I know what I have to do.
Then I must join the others. From here, you two are on your own. Remember, you are both Grey Wardens. I expect you to be worthy of that title.
Duncan, may the Maker watch over you.
May he watch over us all.
Alright, so... Just in case. Yeah! Pose! He's like, what the fuck?
Let's just get to the tower. It may not be the most glamorous job, but we best not dawdle.
Let's see here. Oh, hit the wrong thing. Alistar, do you need a Warden's Longsword? 7. That is... No. Okay, no. Let's just keep our equipment for now. Oop, is this where we go? I'm not sure. Let me just look at the actual map. Kokori Wilds. Infirmary. Where's the tower? Huh? That's some heavy storms. I have no idea where I'm supposed to go. you, you. Okay. Is it over here? That is a dark spawn. What the hell are they doing over here?
Let's just get to the tower. It may not be the most glamorous job, but we best not bore.
Well, if I could figure out where I'm going. I really don't know where I'm going. Well, fuck. Alright. Unless this is the tower. Map. What the fuck? Let me just try to find this tower here. Alright, head down this way. Is that the tower? Really wish there was a sign telling me which way to go. I don't feel that's right. And I don't have my phone on me. Actually, I see it now. Sorry, can you give me the wake up? Ow. Okay, let me just look that up here as I hit Google. Dragon Age Origins Istal Tower location. Alright, come on. That doesn't really help me. Circle Tower. Maybe that will tell me. Oh, no. On the map? No, that's the tent. That's the tent there. That's Kakari Wilds. That's Dog Kennels. Infirmary. Ah, here we go. Okay, so it's across this bridge here. Okay. I didn't know I could pull the map back. Alright, so. Oh. Okay. This is a cool scene. Very Lord of the Rings-esque. And again, well, not again, but thinking to myself, the whole joining, the whole not caring about your background, it's all about fighting off the this unknown force. Very much like Game of Thrones, you know, the Night's Watch. They don't care about your background. They don't. As long as you're willing to fight, you can fight.
The Blight ends here.
It does not. Oh, this is a cut scene, so that's why he's not wearing his armor. Such a Lord of the Rings. This is like the battle of Helm Deep. Which is not a bad comparison, because I love Lord of the Rings. Oh, they look mean. That's right. Oh, look at that big bastard. God, there's a sea of them. Oh. Light him up. Go, puppies! Look at these bad motherfuckers. Yeah! Oh, I didn't like that yipe. For Roden! Oh, goosebumps, brother. Goosebumps. Oh, shit! Ooh, damn you!
Let's cross the bridge and get to the Tower of Ishal.
Copy that. Saving game. Here we go. Oh, shit! Hey, you guys just stand there. Are these guys still fighting? Okay, now that I go near them, they fight. Okay, let's go. Oh, shit. Here we go. Let's get out of here. We have to light it. Excuse me. God damn it. Just fucking go. Go, 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 go. Oh, shit. Oh, fuck. Oh, that's a lot of blood. Alright. You got this. I believe in you. Go for Alden. Ugh. Okay.
You're Grey Wardens, aren't you? The tower, it's been taken.
Yeah,
what are you talking about, man? Taken how?
The Darkspawn came up through the lower chambers. They're everywhere. Most of our men are dead.
We can clear them.
Then we have to get to the beacon and light it ourselves.
What do we do now?
Oh.
We must get to the top of the tower.
Okay, let's go. I'll take charge. Take care of them. Shit, shit. Oh, fuck. Alright. Alright, doesn't really... Oh, I'll fight you. Oh. I leveled up, I think. Or somebody did. Precise striking. Oh, he looks so cool. Oh. Alright, well, no. Fuck it. I'll take care of this guy. I'll take care... Damn it. Jesus Christ. There we go. Alright, I'll take care of this guy. And scoop. There we go. Shield bash. Oh. Oh, friendly fire. I believe I turned that off. Easy difficulty, however, parties take no damage. Alright, well that's what we did then. I don't think we need that. And I don't think we need that. Oh, Alistar, you leveled up. Okay. Yeah, we're going to keep you as a Templar. Let's see here. Let's give you some more Constitution, buddy. Let's see here. There. And then there's me. I I will take... what does dexterity do? First turns hit. Okay. Boom. And cunning. Good. Cunning is a character learns and reasons. Most skills, combat tactics require quick mind. I don't need magic. And willpower, I don't really need that. Okay. I don't need any specialization yet. And for my upgrade... No. No. Requires 16 dexterity. I see. Okay. And play. Alright, so... inventory. Actually, let's destroy you. Great iron. And don't worry, they're 510. You know what, buddy? For that. And I will just get rid of you for now. Oh, shit. Yeah. Okay. And I'll destroy you too. Warden's Oath. Why can't I wear it? Why? Restriction, Grey Warden. I am a Grey Warden. You SOB? Yeah. Okay. Don't worry. We will play this in a second. And there, you wear that. I got a lot of arrows here. Gray iron. Alright. And I will destroy you. And destroy you. And I don't think I need 2 bows. There. We should be. I think we're okay. Alright, so where am I going? Sorry, I got severely distracted. Oh, okay, wrong way. Can I? Nope. Oh, let's help. We gotta help. Help me out there, boys. Fuck them up. Speed it up. Oh, do you guys see more? Alright, let's go. Fuck them up. Take care of this guy. Alright, I might have to increase my dexterity a little more. Achievement unlocked. Grey Warden. some money. Damn it. There we go. Alright, let's clean these guys up. I love my shield. Variant potions are very important. Alright, I think that's it. To the tower! Let's go! Demons have drawn the mages. That ain't me. Alright, get ready for pop noise. Okay. Oh, who's coming at us? Can I go this way? Oh, fuck. Owie. Owie. Everything's fucking owie. Alright. Alright, fucking taking these guys on. Yeah, you guys feel free to... Thank you. Shield bash. Yeah, fuck him up. Oh, I didn't know what those guys were doing. Alright, I'm gonna take a drink. Is there anybody else? Fucking emissaries. Yeah. Fucking dicks, they burnt me. Oh, can I... Got game? There we go. What's this?
It has begun.
I can't unlock it, but I can smash it.
Very well.
Can you? Oh. Why can't I smash it?
It has begun.
But if I could... Oh. Hang on. Save our game. And we're going to exit. Let me check my installed content. Lock and bash. Lock bash. Oh. There. Done. Load game. Try that again. Maybe the skill's too high. That could be a thing too. Yeah. Okay. Fuck, where am I going? Fuck him up. Give him out the door. Alright, fuck him up. Oh, yes! Oh, I didn't see him. Alright, that's what we do there. Alright. Protect me. Oh. Oh. Alright. Can I smash you? I'll take an elf fruit. Let's see, is there any books to steal? Game? I was gonna say, let me go.
It has begun.
Here we go. Pick locks. Fuck that. Is there anything of interest here? Oh, I see some wooden crate. I could probably smash you. Anything of interest here? It doesn't really look like it, does it?
We need to get to the beacon. The king needs Loghain to charge.
Alright, can I go down here? No. Just exploring. Exploring. Can I go through here?
As you say.
Oh, no.
We need to get to the beacon. The king needs Loghain to charge.
Those guards, or is that... No, that's where we came from.
As you say.
Yeah, we just did a complete 360. That's okay. And... I think we go through here. Alright, here we go. I'll take care of this guy. Yeah, fuck him up. Don't go berserk on me. Oh, I love it. Take all the health potions.
As you say.
Think we head up here.
It shall be done.
Maker's breath. What are these darkspawn doing ahead of the rest of the horde? There wasn't supposed to be any resistance here.
You could try telling them that they're in the wrong place. There's no point mourning about it. We have fighting to do. Weren't you complaining that you weren't, weren't you complaining that you wouldn't get to fight?
Hey, you're right. I guess there is a silver lining here if you think about it. At any rate, we need to hurry. We need to get up to the top of the tower and light the signal fire in time. Tayon Loghain will be waiting for the signal.
But there's something strange. Let me take a look here. I don't like the look of fucking this at all.
I shall do it.
Ah, damn it. Alright, so can't get every treasure. That's a shame. Maybe I'll work on dexterity next level up. Oh, wait. Oh, fruit. Might be important.
We must get to the top of the tower.
Yes, tower guard. Oh, shit. Oh, shit. Oh. I'll take these guys back here. You guys take those. Go, 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 go. Shield bash, bitch. I'll heal up. Oh, I love the kills. Oh, I did 2 in a row. Yeah.
Very well.
Alright, can I give it to you? Ah, alright.
Like something.
I don't know why these guys have money, but... Ah, I see something back here. Excuse me, I had an itchy ear. Oh, and? Sure. Is there anything back this way?
Shall be done.
Come on. That's not bad. I'll take it. Never know. Somebody else might need it. Nope. Alright, let's move on. God, I love having the Grey Warden armor. Don't really like all of this shit being set up. Alright, first one in. Don't let them throw! I'll take care of this guy. Precise striking. Oh, I love the damage. Oh, damn it. Yeah, you guys got this. Alright, smashy smashy. Yeah, no, we don't need it. And I'll head back to you. There's a lot of zigzagging there, buddy. Alfred, very important. I guess we head up here? I don't see anything important here. But I do feel that we have to go up here. Constitution increases the character's health and physical
Morrigan better be ready to charge as soon as we light the signal. The king is depending on us.
Scale iron boots. Not quite as good, but that's fucking rough. Stay on our toes. Let's just keep an eye open. Actually, shield bash. Got you, bitch. Yeah, you can stop that berserk shit. Oh, come on. Why am I not moving? Okay, hang on. Here we go. Okay. Sometimes this game can be a little wonky. Oh, no. Oh, no, 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 no.
We must get to the top of the tower.
Here we go. A little more tactical. go through here. Alright. There we go. I like letting the puppies go. Oh, you're fucked. That's a rough day for you, buddy. Did the dog stay with us? I hope they stay with us. That'd be radical. I'll take you. But I don't think I need anything else. Where's the Mabari Alpha? Oh, wait. Yeah, here we go. Yes. And I'll take another acid flask. Somebody might need it. Shit. Am I going this way? Looks like it.
Shall be done.
Jesus Christ. Ow. Alright, fine. Fuck you! Where are you going? Oh, finish him off. Yes. Jesus Christ. Get off my friend. Oh. Jesus Christ, talk about... Good job, Alistar.
It has begun.
God. Alright. Check out old Choppy's head off. Feel.
We need to get to the beacon. The king needs Loghain to charge.
Oh, let's see what's in the crate here. And I think the lesser injury, like if we come back from being knocked out, we go with a deficit, like in speed and strength or whatever. But if we use the injury kit, we don't turn out so bad.
It has begun.
What's in here? And get out. Sometimes I'm in my own way. Okay, I think we're okay.
More of the fiends ahead. As you say.
Shield bash. Precise strike. Or Alright, good job, everybody. Ooh. Oh.
As you say.
Come on. That's sad.
We must get to the top of the tower.
Ooh, what's this? Do I see weapons? Two-handed, that's pretty fucking good, I'll take it. This is where I think we gotta go up here. At least I think. Oh shit. Ooh. Ooh. Okay, I like this. Let's go. Oh, that hurt. Hang on. Shield bash. Alright, keep an eye on everybody's health. What does that do? Oh, come on. Oh, Alistar! Yeah! Do it! Yes! Well,
here. Surely missed the signal. Let's light.
you know, that's pretty good. I'll take it all.
Before it's too late.
Let's see the inventory here first. Where was that cool? Actually, let's destroy you. Dwarven helmet. We'll keep it. Yeah. You know what? Let's just destroy you. Dexterity 16. Strength 10. Okay. Let's destroy some of the stuff here. It's two-handed, one-handed. Okay, well, let me just. Yeah, you know what? I might have to destroy some of this stuff here. See, this stuff here requires poison making. Alright, let's just get rid of this. There, we're okay now. Ooh, barrel. Alright, so where to now? Oh, here we go. Wait. The beacon! Very well. Just like that son of a bitch. We did it!
Sound the retreat.
What about the king? Should we not
do as I command?
The retreat? What do you mean?
All of you, let's move.
Why are we retreating? What? Oh, this is probably not going to work out too well. Oh. And the king's fighting along right with them. That's foolish. Surprised he's not wearing his armor, but... Uh-oh. Oh, shit. Oh. Oh, shit. not good. Go! Oh, he's so cool. Yeah! Oh, he's hurting. Oh, jeer. Oh. Oh, Jesus. Oh, we're getting wrecked. Yeah. We'll let the beacon and nothing. Ah, no! Duncan, no! Oh, shit! Owie! The end. That's the end of the game. It's over.
Ah, your eyes finally open. Mother shall be pleased.
What happened to the Darkspawn? I remember you, the girl from the wilds. I wouldn't think that I would be at her place, so I'm just going to say, I remember you, the girl from the wilds.
I am Morrigan, lest you have forgotten, and we are in the wilds, where I am bandaging your wounds. You are welcome, by the way.
Oh, I got my memory.
Fare? Do you remember Mother's rescue?
Wait, what happened to the army? To the king? I remember being overwhelmed by Darkspawn. Yeah, she rescued me? You mean from the tower? Well, that would make sense, but I'm just going to say, I remember being overwhelmed by Darkspawn.
Mother managed to save you and your friend, though 'twas a close call. What is important is that you both live. The man who was to respond to your signal quit the field. The Darkspawn won your battle. Those he abandoned were massacred. Your friend, he is not taking it well.
My friend? You mean Alistar? What happened to the Grey Wardens? And the king? Because I would not know this, so that's why I'm asking.
All dead. Your friend has veered between denial and grief since Mother told him. He is outside by the fire. Mother asked to see you when you awoke.
I'm going to say... Were my injuries severe?
Yes, but I expect you shall be fine. The Darkspawn did nothing Mother could not heal.
What about Alistar? Is he alright?
He is, as you are. I suppose it would be unkind to say he is being childish.
Very unkind. Those were my friends. It would be unkind to say. So she's not saying it. I love that mod. Man, she's pretty. Thank you for helping me, Morrigan.
You were welcome. Though Mother did most of the work, I am no healer.
I have some questions, if you don't mind.
I do not mind. Take your time.
Are there any other survivors? Are there any survivors beside us?
Only stragglers that are long gone. You would not want to see what is happening in that valley now.
Why? What's happening?
Are you sure you want me to describe it?
Yes. Please.
I had a good view of the battlefield. 'Tis a grisly scene. There are bodies everywhere, and Darkspawn swarm them, feeding, I think. They also look for survivors and drag them back down beneath the ground. I cannot say why.
So those survivors could be rescued.
If you are willing to run into the midst of the Horde, perhaps.
Are we safe here? Where are the Darkspawn?
We are safe, for the moment. Mother's magic keeps the Darkspawn away. Once you leave, 'tis uncertain what will happen. The Horde has moved on, so you might avoid it.
Why did your mother save us?
I wonder at that myself. But she tells me nothing. Perhaps you were the only ones she could reach. I would have rescued your king. A king would be worth a much higher ransom than you.
I happen to be of royal blood, you know.
Yet now you are a surface dwarf. My king's ransom might be a long time coming.
How did she manage to rescue us exactly?
She turned into a giant bird and plucked the two of you from atop the tower, one in each talon. If you do not believe that tale, then I suggest you ask Mother yourself. She may even tell you.
I think I've asked enough questions.
I agree. 'Tis time you speak with Mother, then be on your way.
Last of the Wardens. You know what? I'll take you. You know what? I'll take it all. Can I steal your shit? Fuck. Can I ask you one more thing?
You must speak to Mother, then be gone. You have an army of Darkspawn to avoid, and 'twould be best to get an early start.
Why does your mother want to see me?
I do not know. She rarely tells me her plans.
I will go then.
I will stay and make something to eat.
I like her. The voice actress, well, the actress is in a really good show called, Farscape.
See, here is your fellow Grey Warden. You worry too much, young man.
You're alive. I thought you were dead for sure.
I'm not, thanks to Morrigan's mother. Afraid you're gonna be left alone? I'm fine. I appreciate your concern. It takes more than a few Darkspawn to kill me. I could say that, but I'm not, thanks to Morrigan's mother.
Oh, this doesn't seem real. If it weren't for Morrigan's mother, we'd be dead on top of that tower.
Do not talk about me as if I am not present, lad.
I didn't mean... But what do we call you? You've never told us your name?
Names are pretty, but useless. The chastened folk call me Flemeth.
Chastened.
I suppose it will do.
The Flemeth? From the legends? Daveth was right. You're the Witch of the Wilds, aren't you?
And what does that mean? I know a bit of magic, and it has served you both well, has it not?
So why... I suppose we should thank you.
If you know what is good for you, I suppose you should.
Is there somewhere we can repay you?
All that I wish you to do is what you are meant to do. It has always been the Grey Warden's duty to unite the lands against the Blight. Or did that change when I wasn't looking?
And the land is hardly united, thanks all again. Of course not. It does. Just because, yeah, we had a bad battle, that doesn't change that when we're mostly slaughtered, the Grey Wardens are no more. We're the Grey Wardens. The land is hardly united. No, of course not.
But we were fighting the Darkspawn. The king had nearly defeated them. Why would Loghain do this?
Now that is a good question. Men's hearts hold shadows darker than any tainted creature. Perhaps he believes the Blight is an army he can outmaneuver. Perhaps he does not see that the evil behind it is the true threat.
The archdemon.
Alistar's a real Grey Warden here, not me. I'm a Grey Warden. Oh dear lord. We should contact the rest of the Grey Wardens.
Kaelin already summoned them.
They'll come if they can, but I expect Loghain has already taken steps to stop them. We must assume they won't arrive in time.
What is this archdemon exactly?
It is said that long ago, the Maker sent the old gods of the ancient Tevinter Imperium to slumber in prisons deep beneath the surface. An archdemon is an old god awakened and tainted by darkspawn. Believe that or not, history says it's a fearsome and immortal thing, and only fools ignore history.
This is true. What could Tyrion hope to gain by betraying the king?
The throne? He's the Queen's father. Still, I can't see how he'll get away with murder.
You speak as if he would be the first king to gain his throne that way. Grow up, boy.
If Al-Eamon knew what he did, he would never stand for it. The Landsmeet would never stand for it. There would be civil war.
Bro, Eamon? Is that someone important?
I suppose. Al-Eamon wasn't at Ostagar. He still has all his men. And he was Kaelin's uncle. I know him. He's a good man, respected in the Landsmeet. Of course, we could go to Redcliffe and appeal to him for help.
Surely there will be other allies we could call upon. Sure, there are other allies we could call upon. I'd say, keep in mind that Loghain was also an honorable man. But then that's throwing shit on him. Sure, there are other allies we can call on.
Of course! The treaties! Grey Wardens can demand aid from dwarves, elves, mages, and other places. They're obligated to help us during a blight.
I may be old, but dwarves, elves, mages, this Al-Eamon, and who knows what else. This sounds like an army to me.
So can we do this? Go to Redcliffe and these other places and build an army?
As long as there's some profit to it? Well, let's not get ahead of ourselves. Why not? Isn't that what Grey Wardens do?
So you are set then, ready to be Grey Wardens.
Well, as ready as we'll ever be. No, let's not push it, because she did help us, but yes, thank you for everything, Flemeth.
No, thank you. You are the Grey Wardens here, not I. Now, before you go, there is yet one more thing I can offer you.
Oh, what's that?
The stew is bubbling, Mother dear. Shall we have 2 guests for the eve, or none?
The Grey Wardens are leaving shortly, girl. And you will be joining them.
Yeah!
Such a shame. What?
You heard me, girl. The last time I looked, you had ears.
I think that's an excellent idea. Thank you. But if Morrigan doesn't wish to join us...
Her magic will be useful. Even better, she knows the wilds and how to get past the Horde.
Have I no say in this?
You have been itching to get out of the wilds for years. Here is your chance. As for you, Wardens, consider this repayment for your lives.
Very well, we'll take her with us. Was this your ideal all along? She better be useful as you say. Very well, we'll take her with us. Was this your idea all along? I'm gonna say this.
Pardon me, but I had the impression that you two needed assistance. Whatever the form.
Not to look a gift horse in the mouth, but won't this add to our problems? Out of the wilds, she's an apostate.
If you do not wish help from us illegal mages, young man, perhaps I should have left you on that tower.
Point taken.
Mother, this is not how I wanted this. I'm not even ready.
You must be ready. Alone, these two must unite for Eldon against the Darkspawn. They need you, Morrigan.
Okay, go lay down.
Without you, they will surely fail, and all will perish under the Blight. Even I
understand.
And you, Wardens, do you understand? I give you that which I value above all in this world. I do this because you must succeed.
We don't need her help. I understand. She won't come to harm with us.
Allow me to get my things, if you please. I am at your disposal, Grey Wardens. I suggest a village north of the wilds as our first destination. It is not far, and you will find much you need there. Or, if you prefer, I shall simply be your silent guide. The choice is yours.
I think you're just getting on the way. No, but before you speak your mind. Yeah, I'm gonna say. Actually, I have some questions.
I may have answers. Ask.
What skills do you have exactly?
I know a few spells, though I am nowhere near as powerful as Mother. I have also studied history and your Grey Warden treaties.
Can you cook?
I can cook, yes.
Never mind him. You don't have to cook.
You missed your chance. Now it's charred rabbit from here on out.
Tell me about this village to the north.
'Tis a small place of little consequence called Lothering.
Ooh.
No more than a stop along your Imperial Highway where travelers purchase goods from local farms and smiths. I would go more often were it not for the town's chantry. It makes the village particularly intolerant and unpleasant for a stranger such as me.
A chantry? And they never in all this time thought that maybe you were a witch?
Of course they have. They even called out their Templars once. They found nothing.
Have you never been outside the wilds?
From time to time. I have been to the village I mentioned, watched its people, and pondered what curious beings they are. On occasion, I purchased goods from the village merchants. There I spoke with men a little. There they stared and knew me as an outsider.
Well, it's kind of hard not to
Mother
stare. Look at
wishes
you.
for me
Gorgeous.
to expand the horizon of my experience
In-game.
beyond the wilds. Even she was not born here.
How are we going to get past the Darkspawn?
The real question is how we are going to get your friend past the Darkspawn, is it not?
That's true. We can sense the Darkspawn. Conversely, they can sense us.
I don't sense any Darkspawn.
You won't right away. No. It takes time. We should be able to sneak past smaller groups, but larger ones, or particularly intelligent Darkspawn, will always detect us.
Mother has given me something else for them to smell instead as we pass by.
Oh, nice!
It is important we head out of the wilds, however, not farther in.
The Darkspawn are camped further in the forest?
They come from underground, like an eruption. They broke through deep within the forest, and that is where they will be most concentrated.
Are you really Flem's daughter?
'Twas she who raised me, and thus I consider her my mother, born from her womb or not. 'Tis what you meant, yes?
It's just difficult to imagine her. No. I'm just wondering her age. That's rude. She's just going to stay here alone?
Mother was alone long before I came, and will be so long after I am dead. Such is her choice, though I suspect she would claim the choice was made for her.
I have no more questions.
Farewell, Mother. Do not forget the stew on the fire. I would hate to return to a burned-down hut.
Bah! 'Tis far more likely you will return to see this entire area, along with my hut, swallowed up by the Blight.
All I meant was...
Yes, I know. Do try to have fun, dear.
Alistar approves. Morrigan approves 13. Fuck yeah. Fuck yeah. Alright, let's level up to... Dexterity. And Cunning. Next. Yeah. Character with highly experienced combat. Gain small bonuses to armor and attack. Done. Get you. Tactic. Yeah, sure. I'm not gonna really bother with that right now. Alistar, what can I give you, buddy? Magic and that's pretty low. How about Constitution. Dexterity. I'll give you that. Yeah, I'll give you that. Core's level 9. Okay. There. Let's take a look at you and inventory that bitch. Not that bitch. That came out wrong. Morrigan, 3 to willpower, 3 to magic, 3 to 15 cold spell resistance, or dark robe, 3 to magic, 9 to defense. Enchanter robes? You know? Willpower, magic, 6 defense. Yeah, this is the better one. Just statistically speaking, right? Apprentice 10 resistance. Alright, does that stick on our head? Okay, so... Alright, okay.
Of course.
Damn it.
Let us be on our way.
Let's spells and talents. Is there no points I can spend? Nope, no points yet. I feel it's a mage primal. Creation is healing. Spirit is, yeah, you know what? She's probably going to work on hypocrisy and primal. Alright, and before we continue, do I actually have better armor? No. And no. Yeah, let's just destroy this. And let's just get rid of some of this. Okay, that's good. Anything else there, Flemeth?
Have you not left yet? I hope you are not hanging about for some stew.
You could come with us, you know.
Huh, I prefer to remain here. Considering what the world has done to me, I have already done more than it deserves.
What has the world done to you?
That is between the world and me. Your business is elsewhere.
But you're more powerful than we are.
It is not a matter of power. No one person in all of Thedas has enough power to stand against a Blight. Were that the case, sending you two would be quite the jest. What is important is that you are both Grey Wardens. Your task is to unite the land, inspire its men, and turn them from their petty politics to face the archdemon. In that, you are more powerful than I by far. I am but an old woman whom the world has largely forgotten.
I should go.
Yes, you should. You have a whole lot of darkspawn to get past before you sleep.
Okay, let us. I thought that would be... What is that statue? That's weird. Okay. Flemeth's hut. We could travel here. Or Lothering. Or Pines. I want to get back to Denerim. Or I could just go to Lothering. I guess should. And this is the game loading it up. Oh, back in Denerim. Shit.
And I expect each of you to supply these men. We must rebuild what was lost at Ostagar, and quickly. There are those who would take advantage of our weakened state if we let them. We must defeat this Darkspawn incursion, but we must do so sensibly and without hesitation.
But how can you...
If I might speak.
No.
You have declared yourself Queen Anora's regent, and claim we must unite under your banner for our own good.
Yes.
But what of the army lost at Ostagar? Your withdrawal was most... fortuitous.
Oh. Edith's... yeah, good point.
Everything I have done has been to secure Ferelden's independence. I have not shirked my duty to the throne, and neither will any of you!
But...
the Banon will not bow to you simply because you demand it.
Understand this. I will brook no threat to this nation from you or anyone.
Okay, so you're just trying to threaten people. That's rough.
Bantegan, please!
Your Majesty, your father risks civil war. If Eamon were here...
He's not, though.
Bantegan, my father is doing what is best.
Did he also do what was best for your husband, Your Majesty?
Oh, shit! Damn. Damn. Oh. Oh, yeah! Up. Hello, boy. Oh, let's go. Alright, how about you? Uh-oh, you're fucked. Oh, that's cool, she can become a spider. Good job, everybody. He waves his tail happily in pants. Pet the hound. Those darkspawn didn't hurt you, boy, did they? Ugh, I hate dogs. I think this is the Mabari I helped cure back at Ostagar. No, I'm gonna pet him. Pet the hound.
I think he was out there looking for you. He's chosen you.
Oh, yeah.
Mabari are like that. They call it imprinting.
Does this mean we're going to have this mangy beast following us about now? Wonderful.
He's not mangy.
If you like me, you can come back. I've always wanted a dog like this. Maybe it's meant to be. Yeah, it's the dog that I cured. You know what's gonna be? Barkspawn. Because Darkspawn and he's a dog? Barkspawn. Yeah. Barkspawn. And take all. Talk to him. He bounces around, barking excitedly. Can you do something about this gory mess? He licks me clean. Yay! I'm gonna talk to him again. Did you see anything interesting? Oh, that's okay. I love if this actually the head movement. I'm gonna pet Bark Spawn. B-A-R-K. Bark Spawn. Okay. Now inventory. I believe I have paint for him. Where? Give me. There's the dog whistle. Oh no, I don't want that just yet. There was silver bracelet, a treble necklace, gift. Okay. War paint. Look at that. Fuck yeah. Alright, Morgan.
What do you wish of me? If you must.
How did you become a ship changer?
I was not born such. 'Tis a skill of Flemeth's, taught over many years in the wilds. The chastened have tales of we witches, saying that we assume the forms of creatures to watch them from hiding. When a child is alone and separate from his tribe, that is when we strike, dragging the young boy kicking and screaming to our lair to be devoured.
That's horrible.
A most amusing legend.
That sounds like you do. Your mother's been doing this for a long time. Your mother's been doing this for a long time, then.
Changing her form, certainly. Devouring lost children, I cannot say. She has not done it in my experience, though in truth my lifespan is but a fraction of her own. Why do you ask? Is there something specific you wish to know?
Can you change into other human forms as well?
The form of an animal is different from my own. One may study the creature, learn to move as it does, think as it does. In time, this allows one to become as it is. I gain nothing by studying another human. I already am the same as they are. I learn nothing. So the answer is no, my human form is the only one I possess.
I've never heard of magic like that before.
No? 'Tis not unheard of in the remote corners of the world. There are traditions of magic outside of the circle of magi, despite what those mages would have you believe. Some of these traditions are old, indeed, passed down as carefully guarded lore from one generation to the next. The zealots of the chantry would uproot all such practitioners if they could. But as luck have it, some still exist. My mother is such a one.
By practitioners, you mean... No, I don't want to say apostates. That's good. Such traditions need to be preserved.
I am surprised you think so. Still, 'tis a pleasant thing to hear.
Well, traditions are traditions. Do you spend a lot of time as an animal?
There were nights when the wilds called to me. 'Tis true. You look upon the world around you and you...
Oh. I didn't mean to hit that.
As a human, I am under no illusions to the contrary.
Alright. You saw the thing. I was changing my, my webcam. Can anyone become a bleh? Can anyone become a shape changer?
Anyone with sufficient will, but the act of transformation is a magical one. 'Tis a spell and thus requires a mage's talents. If you had a notion to learn such a skill for yourself, sadly, you must remain disappointed.
That's all I wanted to ask.
Indeed. Have you an opinion on my abilities, then? Am I an unnatural abomination to be put to the torch?
I think your ability sounds quite, revolting now. Maybe, no. I think your abilities sound quite useful.
Oh, you're simply full of surprises, little man, aren't you? But enough of such talk, let us proceed lest the dust gather on us.
Morrigan approves 6. Heck yeah. Alright, one more.
What do you wish of me? If you must.
Did you grow up in the Kakari wilds?
Why do you ask me such questions? I do not probe you for pointless information, do I?
You can probe me anytime. I'm curious. What's wrong with that?
Any number of cats could inform you of the answer to that question, but have it your way. What is it you asked if I grew up in the wilds? A curious question. Where else would you picture me? For many years it was simply Flemeth and I. The wilds and its creatures were more real to me than Flemeth's tales of the world of man. In time I grew curious. I left the wilds to explore what lay beyond, never for long. Brief forays into a civilized wilderness.
But you kept going. Oh, that's where it's from. You remained unnoticed.
For the most part. Flemeth taught me well. For all that I had been taught, however, the truth of the civilized lands proved to be overwhelming. I was unfamiliar with so much. So confident and bold was I, yet there was much that Flemeth could never have prepared me for.
You must have looked quite the fool now. Very daring. That sounds like you.
Equal parts daring and foolhardy, perhaps. Only once was I accused of being a witch of the wilds, and that by a chastened who happened to be traveling with a merchant caravan. He pointed and gasped, and began shouting in his strange language, and most assumed he was casting some curse upon me. I acted the terrified girl, and naturally, he was arrested.
I'm supposed to be surprised you're a good liar? No, I'm going to compliment her. That was quick thinking.
Men are always willing to believe two things about a woman. One, that she is weak, and two, that she finds him attractive.
You find me attractive?
I played the weakling and battered my eyelashes at the captain of the guard. Child's play.
Good movie.
The point being that I was able to move through human lands fairly easily. Whatever humans think a witch of the wild looks like, 'tis not I. Not that I did not have trouble. There are things about human society which have always puzzled me, such as the touching. Why all the touching for a simple greeting?
I have no idea. I'm not human. Touching? Like a handshake?
To begin with, yes. What is the point of touching my hand? I find it an offensive intrusion. There were many nuances that Flemeth could never tell me of. When to look into another's eyes. How to eat at a table.
So you're a little socially
how
awkward.
To bargain without offending. None of these things I knew. I still do not understand it all, truth be told, but then I gave up long ago any hope of doing so. When I returned to the wilds last, I swore to Flemeth that I had no intention of leaving again.
Yet here you are. You can go back if you like. I guess the joke's on you then. Well, I'm glad it worked out this way. At least.
Yes? Let's ignore the entire Darkspawn threat and the presence of a simpleton as your only other Grey Warden ally, then. Not that I lack appreciation for the intent of your comment. Thank you. Well, let's get on with it before the ground opens up and swallows us, yes?
Yeah! Oh, she loves me.
Where to now?
Let me check. Oh, okay, yeah. Approval 25. Barkspawn fucking adores me. I find I don't like myself very much. +9 neutral. Parties high combat approval. Well, okay, so we're not in the bad spot. Can I talk one more time? No! Damn it.
What do you wish of me? If you must.
Have you ever been hunted by the Chantry?
You are very cute to ask so many questions.
And you're cute when you're evasive.
Really? Perhaps we should be wrapped in ribbons and adorned with flowers. So cute are we, too. My mother has been hunted from time to time, yes.
We're flirting
by
already.
Templar fools like Alistar, which should tell you how successful they generally were. Flemeth made a bit of a game of it, in fact. The Templars would come again, and she would look at me and smile and say that the fun was to begin once more.
I feel sorry for the Templars. Fun? You found it fun? No, I guess that just sort of being silly. You really had no trouble with them?
I am unsure. I was too young to understand, and perhaps 'twas bravado on Flemeth's part, or perhaps she was merely amused. I will never know.
Well, we ask her.
Flemeth would warn them once. 'Twas a warning they inevitably failed to heed. And then the true game began. Often Flemeth would use me as bait. A little girl to scream and run and lure the Templars deeper into the wilds and to their doom.
Flemeth used you as bait?
'Twas a game, and I a young girl. If I didn't get to play, I would have been very upset. Thankfully, the
What a way to turn it
wilds is
around.
a vast place. Once they found us, Flemeth would simply move us elsewhere, and we would be lost within the forest once again. I did not understand the danger we faced until I was much older. I had never heard of apostates or maleficarum.
Wow, that's a crazy word. What exactly is an apostate?
You do not know. The Zealots use that word for any magic they do not control. The Chantry sees any mages not leashed to the Circle of Magi as apostates. And apostates could become maleficarum, evil mages that resort to blood magic and become demon-enslaved abominations.
Well, that wouldn't be good.
It may even be true. Still, those of us who prefer freedom see no reason to submit.
If I were a mage, I'd think the same.
Thank you for small favors, then, at the very least. Enough of this talk. Let us return to the task at hand.
Yeah. She's digging me. She's digging me.
Await your command.
So life in the... Oh, you know what? Here's what we're going to do. We are going to save.
I await your command.
I'm going to say, so life in the wilds must have been very lonely.
At times, perhaps. A world full of people.
So much
and
lore and
buildings
background
and
I'm getting
things
here.
was all very foreign to me. If I wished companionship, I ran with the wolves and flew with the birds. If I spoke, 'twas to the trees.
And did they speak back?
Don't be foolish. I recall the first time I crept beyond the edge of the wilds. I did so in animal form, remaining in the shadows and watching these strange townsfolk from afar. I happened upon a noblewoman by her carriage, adorned in sparkling garments the likes of which I had never before seen. I was dazzled. This, to me, seemed what true wealth and beauty must be.
I do got money.
I snuck up behind her and stole a hand mirror from the carriage. It was encrusted in gold and crystalline gemstones, and I hugged it to my chest with delight as I sped back to the wilds.
What happened then?
Flemeth was furious with me. I was a child and had not yet come into my full power, and I had risked discovery for the sake of a pretty bauble. To teach me a lesson, Flemeth took the mirror and smashed it upon the ground. I was heartbroken.
But you were just a child.
And a foolish one. Flemeth was right to break me of my fascination. Beauty and love are fleeting and have no meaning. Survival has meaning. Power has meaning. Without those lessons, I would not be here today, as difficult as they might have been.
But we don't need... But you don't need to live any... They made you stronger, didn't you? Elderhaw's lessons to teach a child. But you don't need to live that way any longer. Or they made you stronger, didn't they?
They did indeed. To return to your original question, perhaps my time in the wilds was indeed lonely. But such was how it had to be. I find myself at times wondering what might have become of the girl with the beautiful golden mirror. But such fantasies have no place amidst reality.
Morrigan approves 4. Okay, I think
I await your command. So, full of questions, are you?
Is Flemeth what you, can you teach others to become shape changers?
I cannot teach you, no. But any other mages that cared to learn, yes, I could do that. Send whoever you wish my way, and I shall teach them what I can in the camp, provided they possess the will to even make the attempt.
Nice. And?
I await your command.
I'd like to ask you something.
So, full of questions, are you?
Is Flemeth what she really seems to be?
Well, that depends, does it not? What does she seem to be?
Maleficar? A powerful Maleficar.
You mean, is she truly the Flemeth of legend and story?
Tell me, how much do you know of the tale? The one that the chastened still tell of my mother, to frighten them into obedience.
I didn't even know there was such a thing.
Ah, I see. That does explain much. I can relay what Flemeth once told me herself, and you can decide whether or not 'tis the truth, if you desire.
That sounds interesting.
As the tale is sung by the bards, there was a time when Flemeth was young and beautiful. A fair lass in a land of barbarian men, the desire of any who saw her.
Yes, I've heard this part.
The tales say that Flemeth fell in love with Osen the bard, and fled the castle of her husband, the Dreadlord Conabar, and that he swore vengeance for her infidelity. In truth, my mother claims that 'twas Osen who was her husband, and Conabar the jealous lord, who looked on from afar. Lord Conabar approached young Osen and offered him wealth and power in exchange for his lovely wife, and Osen agreed.
He sold his wife to another man. Well, do you know what? Here's the thing, though, is that would be common where I come from, so Flemeth must have been angry.
The life of a bard is a poor one, and love fades in the wake of hunger. 'Twas Flemeth who suggested the arrangement. All would have been well had Lord Conabar kept his end of the bargain. But he was a foul man who bargained with coin he did not possess.
That's not
Osen
good.
was led off to a field and slain, left for dead. Flemeth spoke to the spirits and learned of the deed, and swore revenge.
So she truly loved Osen, then?
That was not the point. Conabar had no honor, so she would not have him. Flemeth begged the spirits to aid her, and 'twas they who slew Conabar. The demon the legend tells of came later. Lord Conabar's allies chased Flemeth, you see. Chased her to the wilds, and there she hid. There she found the demon, and he made her strong. The legends all speak of the great hero Cormac, he who defeated Flemeth and her great army when she invaded the lowlands centuries later. All lies.
Which? She never invaded? Or he never defeated her? I'm gonna say, even my people have heard of Cormac, or Cormac.
The truth of the matter is that there was never an invasion. As Flemeth tells it, the Chastened never raised an army under her banner, and she never fought with any warrior named Cormac. Cormac led a brutal civil war against his own people, and later claimed it was to vanquish evil that had taken root amongst the lords. Thus, he was hailed a hero. Flemeth was only attached to the legend much later. Perhaps 'twas due to the Great War with the Chastened that eventually came, but Mother claims not to know how it began.
The legend tells us so many daughters. The legend tells of Flemeth having many daughters?
You ask if I have sisters. I have asked of this myself. The stories tell of many witches of the wilds after all, not just the one. And these tales existed long before I did. Flemeth refuses to speak of other daughters, if they existed. So, should I believe I am her first? I doubt that too.
Why would she refuse to speak of them?
The Chastened tell of a falling out between Flemeth and her daughters. They say that one day she hunted them all through the wilds and ate their hearts.
That's awfully...
It may be true. I have never seen another witch or heard of one. Perhaps one day Flemeth will eat my heart as well.
How is it that Flemeth has survived so art abominations usually insane horrors? No. Do you believe her version?
I do not believe everything that Flemeth claims. Oft it seems her bitterness has colored her memories. But on the whole, yes, I believe this tale, if not all.
An interesting story. Thank you. How is it that Flemeth has survived for so long?
The demon within her has transformed her into something else. An abomination, perhaps some would say. I know not. I only know my mother is clever, and she is part of the wilds as it is part of her. But she is no immortal. She bleeds. A blade in her heart would kill her like any other, were it lucky enough to find her.
I'm gonna say, aren't abominations, that might be touchy. But aren't abominations usually insane horrors?
How often is this usually? Always? If not always, then when is it not true? There are more things in this world and the next than you or I could ever hope to understand. What Flemeth became is a mystery. I suspect, even to her.
An interesting story. Thank you.
Flemeth tells it with far more embellishment than I, but you are welcome. Dare I ask of your own mother? Few are abominations of legend, 'tis true, but I find myself curious nevertheless.
My mother died a long time ago. There's really nothing to say about her. I love her. What else do you want to know? What else do you want to know? What else do you... I'm gonna say, well, my mother died a long time ago.
Ah, then you have my sympathies for what it is worth. Which is very little, I am certain. It matters not. Let us move on.
Morrigan +5. Fuck yeah! See? That's what happens. You just talk to people, and they love you for it. Alistar, anything?
What do you need?
Do you want to talk about Duncan?
You don't have to do that. I know you didn't know him as long as I did.
I just thought you might need to talk. That doesn't mean I don't mourn his loss. He was like a father to you. I understand.
I should have handled it better. Duncan warned me right from the beginning that this could happen. Any of us could die in battle. I shouldn't have lost it, not when so much is riding on us, not with the Blight and everything. I'm sorry.
Well, yes, well, let's forget about it. Doesn't let it happen again. There is no need to apologize.
I'd like to have a proper funeral for him. Maybe once this is all done, if we're still alive. I don't think he had any family to speak of.
He had you.
I suppose he did. It probably sounds stupid, but part of me wishes I was with him, in the battle. I feel like I abandoned him.
Yes, that's stupid. You'd be dead. No. I understand completely.
Of course. I'd be dead then, wouldn't I? It's not like that would make him happier. I think he came from Hyeva, or so he said. Maybe I'll go up there sometime. See about putting up something in his honor. I don't know. Dwarves don't practice cremation, do they? How do your people honor your dead?
We entomb our dead. We entomb our dead within the stone beneath our taigs.
I heard about that, now that I think about it. Their spirits return to the rock, strengthening the foundation of the taig. It sounds so strange.
Don't be so ignorant. Those are our customs. Maybe so. Duncan is one of your people, however, not ours. No, because they're no stranger than burning all the dead to ashes.
I suppose you're right. Thank you. Really, I mean it. It was good to talk about it, at least a little.
Anytime, Alistar. He was a friend of mine too.
That's good to hear. It's nice to know I'm not the only one who remembers him.
Alistar, +6. Anything else, buddy?
What do you need? Ask away. Same way you did. You drink some blood, you choke on it, and pass out. You haven't forgotten already, have you?
I meant before that.
Let's see. I was in the Chantry before. I trained for many years to become a Templar, in fact. That's where I learned most of my skills.
So you mentioned before.
It's really for the best. I'm not exactly the Chantry type, if you haven't noticed. I don't think I would have made a very good Templar. The Grand Cleric didn't want to let me go. Duncan was forced to conscript me, actually, and was she ever furious when he did. I thought she was going to have us both arrested. I was lucky.
Do you think this is better than being a Templar?
Oh, I suppose the Chantry life is good enough for some. Here, we have the chance to fight against the Blight. To actually do some good instead of sitting in a temple somewhere. I'll always be thankful to Duncan for recruiting me. If it hadn't been for him, you know, I wouldn't have.
He was a good man.
He was. A good man who didn't deserve his fate. That much I'm sure of. Come on, let's go. I think I'm done talking.
I will help however I can.
What do you need? Ask away. Did I say that? I meant that dogs.
I meant to voice act that.
Giant
Dang it.
slobbering dogs from the Anderfells. A whole pack of them, in fact.
That would explain the smell.
Well, it wasn't until I was 8 that I discovered you didn't have to lick yourself clean. Old habits die hard, you know.
So does a horde of dogs spawn, I'm told. Uh-huh. Slobbering dogs, I see. That would explain their breath as well, then.
And my table manners, too.
They say we're bantering.
Come to think of it, they weren't all that different from the other Templars. Or did I dream all of that? Funny the dreams you'll have when you sleep on a cold, hard ground, isn't it?
Is this going somewhere? I'm gonna hit you very soon now. I dream of becoming a Grey Warden. Oh, wait.
Point taken. Let's see, how do I explain this? I'm a bastard. And before you make any smart comments, I mean the fatherless kind. My mother was a serving girl in Redcliffe Castle who died when I was very young. Arleman wasn't my father, but he took me in anyhow and put a roof over my head.
Oh, that was nice of him.
And he didn't have to be. I respected the man, and I don't blame him anymore for sending me off to the Chantry once I was old enough.
So why did he send you off to the Chantry?
Arleman eventually married a young woman from Orlais, which caused all sorts of problems between him and the king because it was so soon after the war. But he loved her. Anyhow, then you, Arlessa, resented the rumors which pegged me as his bastard. They weren't true, but of course they existed. The Isle didn't care, but she did. So off I was packed to the nearest monastery at age 10. Just as well. The Arlessa made sure the castle wasn't a home to me by that point. She despised me.
That sounds like a bunch of whining. What an awful thing to do to a child, wasn't it? You are probably luckier than most orphans.
I suppose you're right. I wasn't raised as the Isle's son, though, if you're picturing that. I slept in hay, out in the stables, not on silk sheets. I remember I had an amulet with Andraste's holy symbol on it. The only thing I had of my mother's. I was so furious at being sent away, I tore it off and threw it at the wall and it shattered.
Damn.
Stupid, stupid thing to do. The Isle came by the monastery a few times to see how I was, but I was stubborn. I hated it there, and blamed him for everything. And eventually, He just stopped coming.
You were young.
And raised my dogs. Or I may as well have been, the way I acted. But maybe all young bastards act like that. I don't know. All I know is that the Arl is a good man, and well loved by the people. He also was King Kaelin's uncle.
Oh, so royalty.
So he has a personal motivation to see Loghain pay for what he did. Anyway, that's really all there is to the story.
Yeah. Alright. I think we will end this episode. Yeah. We'll end this episode here. And, check the map here. And we'll just continue on in the next episode. Let's save the game. Real save to start. Done. Okay, so if you want to watch me when I do live streams, that is www.twitch.tv/ponyboyplays. Link is down below. You can also follow me on Twitter, pony_boy_plays, and feel free to give me an old subscribe on YouTube. Doesn't cost you anything and helps the channel grow. Anyways, thanks a lot for watching, everybody, and I'll catch you guys on the next episode. Take care, everybody.